So I've titled this part two of episode 2 because stuff happened last week, but we are back. So if you're wondering like why this is a part 2, check out the last 5 minutes of last week. That's kind of why. And that also explains why it's a really short episode. But watch all of last week's episode because it's better for us. And you have.
It's also shorter, which means you can probably get through it in one sitting.
Yeah.
It's not even the length of like modern day Hollywood movies.
Are they 1 hour?
I said it's not even the length of that, because modern Hollywood movies are usually around hour and a half to 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Half the length of a Marvel movie.
There you go.
If you're lucky nowadays.
Yeah, I think it's a third now.
Yeah, because they're 2.5 hours these days. Oh god, no.
Yeah.
Either way, we are back. Fantastic. We have everybody here, which is even better. Everybody is safe, which is the most important. Although we'll find out our characters are probably not really shortly. Couple of housekeeping stuff for our YouTube channel. We do have a YouTube channel, by the way, because that's what you're watching us on. So click like, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you like the video, click like. If you want to leave a positive reaction, please. It all helps us out. If you want to leave a negative reaction, leave a positive one instead. It's much more nicer. We have Syrinscape for our audio. We're also using the soundtracks of from Son of Oak, City of Mist. We use a mix between the two. We just kind of put them together and see if we can get the right mood for the actual scenes. And you can donate to the channel. We're still using our Twitch donation system, which goes through Streamlabs, so the link is down below. Every $1 donation helps us out by giving the player that you nominate 1 plus. That plus doesn't sound much, but in a game where you're only rolling d6s and you're trying to get 7s or 12s and things like that, that one little plus actually is a huge difference. So those are there as well. Our overlay is done by Hidakiri Chibi. You can check her out on Twitch TV on Hidakiri Chibi or on bestokecc.com.au. Make sure it is the AU. The .com one from the US, it's not. It's a very different person. So .com.au bestokecc. And I think that's about everything that style-wise. Yeah. So we'll go to the introductions. Polter?
Hi, I'm Polter Zeitz. I do some art on Twitch, or Twitter, not Twitch. And I play Zeke Delphine, the security guard of Payne University, who was not here last week.
Yeah, and you did say you've seen the last episode at least.
Yes.
So you caught up a little bit on what's going on.
Yes, and it seems like we are in some a very interesting situation. I don't know if it's as dire, but
It's dire for people who can die.
yeah, there you go. Or people who are there.
Speaking of not dying, Wolf?
I'm Wolf of Red Roses. I'm playing Corvus Castle, early childhood education professor at the university. And, maybe someone who can't die. He hasn't died yet, so as far as none of us can die. No one's died. Except for a shark.
Didn't people? Yeah.
A lot of people have died.
Pretty sure someone will die in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, time comes for us all. What can we do?
Not try to go into the mist and try to see what happens in the future and watch them die.
Probably also help.
That will come back to haunt you at some point. Actually, all of this stuff will. The mist hides things for only so long.
It's not
Listen,
like the arson and all the other bits and pieces. Yay! Cool, but
yeah, that is me.
Hi, my name's Karsh Goblin, and I'm playing Chuck, the lovable, intelligent leader of the group. I don't know if he's even 1 out of the 3, but at least I'm having fun. And it's going to be a really hot day, so I can finally take this jacket off. It's really hot. So we're just waiting for that. Journey with D.
Hi everybody, my name's Dee of Journeys with D. I'm playing a girl named Do. She's basically the artificer, the inventor, whatever she thinks of she can create mechanically. And I'm looking forward to how we're going to get out of this this new mess we're in.
And finally, we have our Mistress of Ceremonies, Holly People.
Hey, it's me! I'm Polly. I am the MC of this adventure. When last we left you, we're going to continue this mechanically, just in case you're wondering, as if this is the same session as it was last week. So we didn't finish. If you know City of Mist, you start with a
montage, or not a montage, a voiceover monologue.
Voiceover monologue, and with a geek out with God, what's wrong with my brain today? Geek out during the credits. And we'll do that at the end of this session. So, just to remind you where we are. We are in a basement. It appears to be a basement anyway. There's cement surround. It's dark. There's no windows. There's cement walls. There's a metal door. It doesn't look easy to open. It doesn't look like it just opens. And you are with a group of, it looks like some paramilitary force, which you've noticed that they seem to be trained. They are asking you, well, they're not asking you. They're telling you that they know who you are, and for some reason, they have made it clear that they do not want you to investigate Bancroft, who is, you were in his apartment. They followed you to the university, you presume. And, well, I guess you were taken hostage by them, and here you are. Meanwhile, Zeke has gone to retrieve a van, the van that was left, I believe outside the Bancroft's building, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Bancroft building where, the top floor was a penthouse. The van is still there. At the very end of last week, Corvus decided to use his power to try to harm these, who you think are ordinary folks, at least not rifts, to the extent And now I can't remember. You had a mild success, it looks like.
Yeah, mild success with Power 3.
Okay.
So I guess the question is, are the people in this room, are they considered one group, or are they individuals I would have to target?
For sake of simplicity, I've been describing them as just a few members. That would be a collective size factor of 1. So okay. you would reduce, ordinarily you would reduce a status by 1 that you gave them, or if they gave you a status, it would be increased by 1.
Yeah. Well, the only status I have right now is zip tied, which I don't really care about. So I'm going to give the group the status age 2. Like, I'm going to essentially make them 20 years older. I don't know. Whatever is reasonable to give them age 2.
Okay. And all right, so I'm going to now give them that status. They, you can see the effect on them. They start to look wrinkled. They sort of, they don't react immediately, but they sort of look around at each other, and they seem less sure of themselves all of a sudden, and nobody there betrays any sort of reaction. These are professionals, but you can see that something, they are affected. They're going to be less able to do what they want to do because they are, literally being aged before your very eyes. Okay. So now they're going to take the status age 2. They have no special ability that you can see, so they're going to take that full status. I think what we're going to do here, normally the way that the system works is they would have an opportunity to retaliate. Well, actually they wouldn't, because you're not attacking them, you're just giving them a status. Take it back. And I'm going to, because I don't remember exactly where we left things, who thinks they should act next. I know Chuck Chuck sort of got involved in a back and forth with these people. So is Dew doing anything?
Didn't I do?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, I had a miss.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
so,
it was Chuck. So I guess it would be Zeke, or unless I can
Yeah, I
I can
mean-
go again here. But
why don't we just leave it there then, and we will cut over to Zeke, who has fallen from a very high window, the penthouse of this building. You have taken pancake 3 as a result of your fall. Keep that in mind if you have not. Please put it on your character sheet right now. And what are you doing at this point?
Are we like flashing back to when I like just fell, or is
Oh,
this...
no, like
Okay.
I think what I did is I played your character a little bit, and
Yeah.
you decided you were going to go off to go get the van. And so let me know what you're up to.
All right, I guess I'm at least gonna try to get to the area to scope it out, because I imagine there's still some attention on that area, even if we made it out. Can I, like, I mean, I don't know all this is going on with my friends, right? Like, yeah.
I don't
If I
see
knew
what
about
to
it, it would
do.
probably help.
This is why I'm turning it over to you, but I don't know what you're gonna do.
Okay, actually, I have an idea.
Okay,
Could
all right.
I imagine like I'm leaving prepared to go find the van, and I want to figure out if the area is still going to have like a seriously high amount of attention. So I would like to try to use my future vision to see if there is anything on that area, but I'm imagining, you know, narratively we might be able to work it as like I sense something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, depending
Yeah.
on if it's a miss or not.
Yeah, this is how the game works. I like it. You know, if you can come up with something creative like that, my job is to award you and to cheer you on. So excellent.
right.
I like it.
So I'm definitely using my visions of future events.
Okay.
Um,
What move are you making? See beyond the mist or something like that, or investigate, or change the game?
I think mechanically it would probably be. Oh man. Maybe it would be investigate mechanically, I think.
Okay. Yeah, like if you're trying to get information.
Yeah.
Alright. Why don't you do see beyond the mist so you can get some information, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, you know, because you know, if you investigate through ordinary, you know, in an ordinary sense, you would ask me questions about something your character would know about.
Yeah,
or
and then
be
I
related
would.
to the scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I think we want to give you, you know, we want you to get knowledge somehow here. Now let us make this interesting. If you roll a miss, it's not going to affect you. It will affect your teammates.
Oh no.
Thanks, Polly.
wow.
But that's the
just got
you know,
character
you know,
art
that's
too.
the potential price you get for getting information through the mist that you might not otherwise be entitled, or you know, you might not otherwise be able to get. So
And see through the mist is just plus my mythos, right?
no, I think it's just like an investigate roll.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like just plus.
No, that
Alright.
would be like that would be stop holding back or something like
Okay.
that.
All right, then I guess I will be rolling with a -2.
That's
Sorry.
my pancake.
You can use your power tags, right? Did you do that?
Yeah, I only got the 1 for my visions of future
Well,
events, and
I
if
guess the
I'm still
question
got
is,
the
does-
status 3.
Does pancake affect this? I guess is really the question here.
What are you doing? Describe what you're doing to see through the mist. And I suggest you describe it in such a way that your fall from a high place would not cause this to be inhibited.
Well, this is already kind of canonically how we've established that he
Yeah, I think
does
so.
this. Is
Yeah.
he just kind of like sits, like stays still, and really tries to like focus just on his on seeing into the future, getting glimpses, which I guess isn't like a physical activity where, you know, that might, you know, his pain from earlier might not play into it as much as if he were actively moving around.
Okay. All right. Do not include the pancake 3.
All right, thank God. Then it is just a +1.
Anyone got a help point?
I do not see.
Oh, that's a good
see through the
question.
mist. What should I roll in its place?
Clay,
Like,
roll investigate. There's not a
yeah.
button on roll 20 for the see beyond the mist. I wonder if there's a way you could do a custom thing.
You can make custom
Probably.
sheets.
I might do that. Because we do that so often here, and it's in the, it's in the adventure too. Like, things you could see if you try to see
Yeah.
them. It isn't. I think it was a move that was developed later, so it's not always included.
Or it may not be in the basic rules.
Yeah, I just don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't. Did anyone have a help point that they wanted to add? I don't know if anyone has one
I
even.
don't have any for you,
Okay.
sorry.
We are a hurt point crew. We don't help each other.
I wasn't going to mention that.
Specifically with Zeke and Chuck. All right, then
Specifically
here
Chuck.
goes.
Hey, great success.
Oh, you
All
did
right.
it! Okay.
Yes. Wow,
All
a
right.
12.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this. You look into the mist, and for whatever reason, it draws you to. Because this is an emergency situation, your friends are in trouble. It pulls you right to where they are, and you can even sense that they are in the industrial district. Well, I'm just gonna tell you, you know where they are. You know where they are. You don't know anything about any. Okay, so you can see the room they're in. You know in your mind's eye where in the city that they are, the industrial zone, but you do not know, like, you can't see outside. You just know if you go
Yeah.
toward there.
I don't see the name of the street. Like,
Yeah.
all right. Then, yeah, I think Zeke having the mythos of the Mothman and knowing that usually when I get visions of future events, they go bad very quickly. So Zeke is going to take off and fly there. Like, I think he's going to like run into like an alley, almost do like the Superman, like change clothes, but instead he just like grows wings and he takes off.
Okay. And the industrial zone is not too far from downtown. It's it's sort of if you go through the rundown part of the downtown, you go a little bit further out, you find yourself in the industrial zone. It's dirty, it's smoggy, but while you're traveling there, we're going to cut back to this basement room. You don't know where it is, everybody, but you are facing this paramilitary group. I'm going to say now, what's We're going to do? We're going to go,
Can we just
What's
describe
the-
the situation? Because we haven't really... Let's face it, we're tied up.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're zip tied. You're all
We're
zip
zip-tied
tied
up.
down. Yeah.
And Chuck's being hit quite repeatedly, but he's actually asking for it several times to build up in strength. Corvus is aging people. The guy's threatening us, like the leader is threatening us, and telling us to stay away from the banker dude, who
Ross
wasn't even
Bancroft.
a suspect.
Oh no, interesting. Huh?
Until this, at least. And that's the situation, at least from my perspective. And,
Thank you for that. That was helpful.
And Polter is now a dog. Cool.
Now I want to make sure that everybody. It's probably also good for people watching to know statuses, just to make sure we have all the statuses. So you are pancaked 3, grappled 2, and zip tied 3. Does that sound right?
I thought Grapple got
I have-
changed into Zip Tied 3 after.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Pancake 2,
Okay.
Zip Tied 3, and they have body armor to, I don't know, alert to was one of them.
Yeah, they have the story tag body armor, and they have the they have the status alert 2. And we're gonna say not pancake to you. That seems too intense. Let's say, let's say hard fall to.
But it's the same tier.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make it seem more. You're supposed to change. I don't know. Okay, fine. You can call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll talk about statuses when we go to each particular player. That's a good way to do it, I think. In case we haven't.
Okay.
So, all right, there we go.
So Corvus had already aged everybody, and how did people react to that?
You could see that you didn't see a huge reaction. They're definitely professionals, right? So when things may potentially turn against them, they don't immediately react. You see physically them change, not insignificantly, and they're also alert 1, by the way, because I think it was somebody said something to. I think it was you,
calmed them down earlier a little bit.
Yeah, and but it is dark, so there's a story tag dark as well. No, well I can't remember.
No, the dark was from the other one I deleted.
Okay.
Yeah, the dark was when they knocked out the lights in Science Room and when they kidnapped all of us.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I just deleted that. It was like, that's right.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, good.
So I'm Do is zip tied. She's thinking about what she can do next.
Keep in mind, okay. This could help you. You could use this, or you could not use it. But it does seem to you. I hope I made it clear last episode. If I didn't, is these people could have killed you right now, or if they wanted to, they could have already. Well, okay, they think that if they wanted to kill you, they would have already tried. It really does seem to you that they just don't want you to investigate this guy for whatever reason.
Okay. So, so Do will just say, hey, we just want to know what's going on with who killed his wife. Did he kill his wife? If he killed his wife, then we might have a problem, but if he didn't, then maybe we can work together or we can just leave each other alone and you can let us investigate and try to find his wife's murderer, because there's a string of murders that are happening that we really want to solve.
That sounds like a convince, they don't really care whether or not he murdered his wife. They just don't want you to investigate him anymore. But, let's see if you can convince them.
Okay. So which tags? Let's see. So it's alert 1. Right? And is me being zip tied or their aged play into it?
I don't think so. I think
okay.
I don't think so. And their body armor wouldn't. So, it would just be a -1 for alert 1.
Okay.
It would be a -2 because of their collective size. You're going to have to convince the group of them.
Well, I'm trying to convince the leader.
Oh, you don't know who the leader is?
I thought there was a leader, a guy who was
there is the guy who was
charge.
actually talking to us. Whether or not he counts as the leader, that I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, if you're going to talk specifically to that person, then we'll say just 1. We'll say -1.
Okay. So, so Do is going to tap into her neurodivergency, and she's masking, and she's also, thinking really fast. So she's using her creativity.
Why are you masking? What are you masking?
Yeah, so masking is like creating like a different, like her face. She's like trying to like, look like that she is not scared, and when she really is, and she's trying to mask that she was there at Bancroft's. I guess they already know that. But yeah, she's just trying to mask her fear and trying to come off as like, hey, let's just like figure this out when she is actually like really, really scared.
Okay, I'm gonna say that don't count the masking because they would rather see you scared. So like, if she's trying to look not scared, that's not gonna help you.
Okay. But I'm still gonna use the creativity.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. And I'm also gonna invoke a weakness tag, which is her Vivance is wearing off.
Okay.
And mark attention. So that's convince.
Ooh, whoa, okay. Well, I guess. Well, at least you get to check
Yes.
Okay, so here's what happens.
All right.
Oh boy. They are thoroughly unconvinced because they said, hey, look, this is real easy, okay? I heard you say something to the effect that, well, if Mr. Bancroft didn't do this, then the reality is Mr. Bancroft didn't do nothing. You understand? And I would like you to why don't you burn the creativity tag? It was not creative enough.
Okay.
And you'll take no other status. That'll just be what
Yeah.
That'll be the sole reaction. Look, I don't know why this is so hard. You can see like he's sort of losing a little bit of focus. I don't know why this is so hard for you kids, and I guess you, Professor, to figure this out. You can see like there's something starting to affect him. We don't want to see Mr. Bancroft doesn't want you there anymore. We don't want to see you around this apartment anymore. Chuck, so what do you do?
I'm tempted of just taking my handcuffs off, or try to breaking off the zip ties.
Okay.
As just a casual thing, like not a show of strength or anything, like just to say, look, we're not here to annoy anybody, and that's just so stop all this act, stop all the BS. You don't have to be Gestapo and all this. You don't have to be Nazis. I mean, come on. And as I'm doing that, just do like a... I want to try to take that beaten tag and use that to charge my strength to just remove the zip tags and just offer a hand to shake. So you gonna let us go or what?
Okay, so you want to take that beaten tag and make it a +4?
Yep.
How do you do that?
With impact makes me super strong, and I'll burn it if need be.
Yeah, I mean the I'm gonna say, okay, so ordinarily I'm not gonna let you get away with that because that's not something you could. I mean, like it usually, you can turn a status to your benefit, but I just don't see how that, like
Okay.
if that were the case, you could always do that. and I don't know if the rules are built that way, but yeah, I mean, I'll let you do it this time because I think it's creative.
So I'm just burning it straight.
Okay, all right. Well, then you're gonna succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume. Okay, so what move are you making? It's an automatic success.
I think it's convinced to just get him to let us go.
Okay, all right. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's going to be a great success because you have at least a +4 on top of your automatic 10.
Or, I think it's an automatic 13, isn't it? Well, there's an easy way to find out. Let me just click.
It's more than numbers.
Roll your burn and tag for a hit so that it comes through.
Okay, so we'll put these as. So I still have the minus for the zip ties, and then plus for.
Oh yeah.
For that,
and then the +4. So yeah.
Actually, ends up as 1, but I don't add any other pluses, do I?
Well, if you're burning a tag, then you get an automatic +3. So it's +3, +4, -3 for zip tied, so a total of +4.
So burn a tag for it. Let's see if this works.
10, I thought. It's like an odd. Why is this always so hard to remember?
Okay, it's done a number for me. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So just go convince. I want to put something else in here too because I've got a second one which is about the same, but I'm burning the bigger of the two. There, big number.
Okay,
it's only 11
nice.
Still.
Yeah, so the way it works, I just read it, is you automatically roll a 7, but burning the tag gives you a +3 power. So you technically automatically roll 7. You then get +3 for burning the tag. Then whatever statuses come into play with that.
That's why that's so hard to remember. Okay, all right, yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right, good. Thank you for that. Okay, and so here's what happens. You rolled a great success, so you can choose a status with a tier 4, which is basically going to be enough to convince them to let you go. But go ahead and play it out. This is a success.
So it's just, I mean, we're just trying to investigate someone else, like everybody else's moves. If your master doesn't want us to deal with it, like, sure, we can just ignore his wife's death. So the police might be interested in that with but if you just go and try to intimidate us, you don't have to be a big Gestapo and all this stuff. You don't have to do black bagging and all that bullshit. I mean, I'm just a uni student. What's it going to look like if the news gets out? But if you're just going to let us go, you're not here to kill us. So just let us go and let us be on with him. And I just do the break-in, reach my hand up to shake his hand, so you're going to let us go or what? I mean, we'll just ignore your master.
You see the person taken aback. You can give them a status. And in fact, I think this is designed to have them potentially keep an ongoing status. So in case, their agenda might now include yours. So that's why when you do convince as opposed to sneak around, you give them a status. So what status? Well, we'll say friend lead maybe, or assuaged 3. And it's 3 because of their size factor. But that's enough for them to be, they're like, they realize, oh my gosh, there's, we've seen, they are trained professionals. So they realize anybody that can pull out of that zip tie isn't, is more than meets the eye. And they are convinced that you are actually not going to, go after their boss. And so what they do is, if you let them, they will cut the zip ties and they'll be like, well, they'll cut the zip ties and they will give final words to the extent okay then, stay, I'm glad we scared you kids. And they will file out very professionally.
Corvus, did you do something?
I mean, yes.
You may want to hire younger soldiers next time.
Oh, well, that's not permanent. They'll go back to their age after a good night's rest.
I don't want to point it out though.
Yeah, right. It's like, well, you don't look so good.
As they're leaving, they're finally like taking, like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Something happened.
I've got 2 bird tags now. I've got to do something about that at some point.
I got one. So yeah, it's like Corvus is just, after he's untied, like, well, suppose we just ignore Bancroft for now and just go investigate the other 2?
Is everyone okay? They didn't.
I'm perfectly fine. Get rid of Zip Tie 3, I suppose.
Do?
So yeah, you can get rid of your, your zip tied statuses.
Yeah, Do, are you fine?
I'm a little bit shooken up. I wasn't expecting this much of a response, and after falling out of the penthouse with Zeke, and now we're here. I'm a little shooken up.
Yeah, you've had a longer day than I think me and Chuck have. Do you need a ride home? Are you gonna get home okay?
Where are we?
That's also a good question. We should probably figure that one out too. Well, I think the first step is to get out of wherever we are. Just follow them. They probably know the way out. They're gonna go there.
Yeah.
Do we like to follow them?
Well, no. I mean, they're probably gonna go back to Bancroft and report whatever the hell they're gonna report.
I know, that's what I mean. Do we follow them?
We could.
No.
I think
Dew's not down for that.
Yeah, I think Dew's health might play a little bit more priority here. So let's just follow them out of the building, and then we'll get Dew home and figure out what to do from there.
Okay. You would have a building like this already set up, though. That's just really...
I don't know. That Bancroft's rich. Who knows? Maybe this is his secret dumping ground. I don't know.
His paramilitary, yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, Corvus is going to follow these soldiers out of here because they know the way out and we don't.
Yeah. So long as it doesn't look like you're actually tailing them, you can make your way through this open door, and there's some basement steps. You go up, and the building you realize you're in is a relatively clean but completely empty. It seems like a it's like a brick sort of a house. It's just a house. It's an empty house. It has a table and it has a couch, but it's basically otherwise empty. It's clearly somebody's safe house. And if you make your way out the front door, you find yourselves in the industrial district. It's this sort of beat up old house. And there's like a factory across the street. The streets are dirty as very dirty. There is a grubby
door when we left?
What's that?
Like to the safe house. Like this is someone's safe house. Did they lock it after the 3 of us walk out? It's
no.
Like, Chuck, seems like they just have an empty building here. Might be better than underneath the bridge you've been sleeping under.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
It's not a good neighborhood, though.
Neither's under a bridge, but what can you do?
But we got security. Wait, where's security?
Well, Zeke was getting the van. So that's where Zeke is. We're in the industrial zone, that much is obvious. I assume, did they take our phones and everything too? Or are they just in our pockets that we couldn't reach because we were zip tied?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? You have your phones. They gave them back to you or whatever.
Just Google Maps, we're 3 miles away from campus. We can just walk back, I suppose.
Can we get Zeke to come pick us up?
Yeah, that's a good point. Call Zeke.
Zeke in the air. He feels his phone vibrate. He's like, "Hello,
Zeke. It's Corvus. Were you all right getting the van back?"
I think the better question is, are you all right? I had a really vivid vision of something bad happening to y'all.
Something did happen, but we got out of it with our heads on. So I'd say overall not too bad. We're currently in the industrial district. Corvus gives the address for wherever we are. He looked it up earlier. He's like, did you get the van back?
That is my next mission, I guess. Like, Zeke's kind of just mostly floored that, like, his friends aren't all dead after he had that vision. Like, or, like, badly beaten.
I mean, somewhat badly beaten, but some of that's from falling out of a building earlier.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yeah, just get the van. I don't know how long that's going to take you, and if you don't mind picking us up, or I guess, Chuck, are you going to jog back? Should we worry about getting you a ride?
No, I think it might be good to actually get a ride with everybody.
Okay. Then yeah, if you want to get the van and pull it around, there's the address. We'll wait here.
All right, yeah, I guess I changed courses from the industrial district to where I parked the van. I don't imagine it was like outside of Bancroft's house.
Check the van for, I don't know, some kind of tracker or something. I wouldn't be surprised if Bancroft has private security. They kidnapped us. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something to the van to track it. So look for a bug or a tracker at some point.
But it's okay. We're safe. Do saved us. She's amazing.
Me? I think it was you.
Yeah. The point is, we're all fine, or we will be fine after a good night's rest.
All right, yeah, I'm glad to hear it. And yeah, I guess I changed courses. As I like near the area, is it like swarming with police or paramilitary people, I guess?
No, there's not a huge amount of activity in the industrial zone except for industrial stuff.
No, I meant Bancroft's area, because I'm going
where the van is.
Oh, you don't see any. I mean, you can roll investigate, but there's nothing. There's you don't see anything just without rolling. I mean, there's nothing obvious to you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll and investigate. My eyesight. Let's see. I'm also going to use my brand new tag, difficult for modern devices to detect. Let's see. I'm flying, so my wings. Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's
Okay.
go and investigate. Yes.
All right. Okay. Ask me questions.
All right. Is there a clear line of sight? Like, does it look like it would be easy for me to get to my van if I landed somewhere?
Yes.
All right. Then I am going to try to do that.
You have 2 more questions.
Yes. My next question would be, is there a tracker on the van that I can find?
No. No.
Okay.
The answer would have been different if you would have missed.
Okay. Fair enough.
The answer would have been the same if you'd missed.
Well, okay. Yeah. What's the next question?
Does it look like my van's been disturbed at all since we left it? Like, just anyone coming by it?
Wait. If you go into the van, things don't seem exactly as you remember them.
The radio is now not working.
Yeah.
The knob
What's
is
wrong?
somehow missing again.
I have powers you haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
He
Chuck
took
has
the
a special...
subclass of Gremlin.
Yeah. Alright, I am going to be extremely careful getting into the van, and I think, like, I'm going to, just be, like, very careful as I start it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope. Yeah. Yeah.
You asked for tracking devices. You didn't ask for.
explosives.
Detonation. Detonators.
I think, like, if there was a tracker, Zeke would have, like, a possibility of finding it. I don't think he would know how to, like, check to see if there was, like, a detonation device inside the the engine.
Well,
So-
generally
the van
speaking, for a
starts fine.
car bomb, that's not where you put it. But moving on, we can discuss that more in depth,
I have
not
no
on air,
idea.
where the FBI is not listening.
Everything
Yeah, I
seems
think-
normal.
Everything seems normal. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive a van around.
Okay.
Try to pick everyone up.
Now, I think it might be be time because there's no upcoming danger. It might be time to do a downtime move if you want to do that. That's your
All of
decision.
us, or just me?
All of you.
Okay.
You know, like you're gonna go pick them up, I assume, and then, you're gonna, we're just gonna end the scene there, and then you'll describe what each of you do,
Yeah.
until the next time you maybe meet at Science Room M, if that's where you want to meet again. I don't know if you want to meet there or not.
I mean, these guys probably have our addresses at this point. They had us tied up. They could take out our wallets and what have you.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it matters too much.
I think that's probably good thinking. Okay, so I'm just gonna go from left to right, top to bottom on the screen there. So let us know. Okay, so one, I want to hear the consensus of how much time are you gonna wait, or how much time are you gonna give yourselves for this downtime?
I mean, Corvus is perfectly all right. So, Corvus would probably be 12 hours or something. Or not 12 hours, more like tomorrow afternoon, because I assume it's night now. So I'd say
it
tomorrow
is.
afternoon after classes are done.
Okay, all right.
That'd be Corvus's suggestion. I don't know if anyone else has different thoughts.
Okay,
I think it
let's do
sounds like a
that.
good idea.
All
Yeah.
right, do what do you
Yeah.
do? Say you're picked up, and
Mm-hmm.
you can then go about whatever business you're going to go about for the next 12 hours.
Yeah, so I think what she's gonna do is recover the burnt power tags.
Okay.
Tag, I guess, by preparing for her next activity. So she's going to make sure she has her Vyvanse prescription, just kind of running low. She wants to make sure she has that, and just wants to do a lot of self-care and around this kind of traumatic events or series of events that happened. Yeah, they were fun, but the paramilitary part really rattled her, especially since every roll was a great miss.
Right, yeah.
During that part.
This whole latest case, there's been just so many misses. You haven't been able to make a lot of headway anywhere.
Yeah. So she's
it's
just
exciting.
just wanting to just prepare, but also wants to she's thinking about the case and about the singer and how she has this draw towards that singer, her songs really impacted Do, and she's excited to meet the singer, but also possibly go to the concert that's coming up.
Okay. You can recover your burnt power tag. Okay, Chuck, what about you? What are you doing?
I'm still really injured no matter what. I'm still beaten 4.
Yeah. And you only have 12 hours if you want to reduce that status. You got to come up with a good story as to how that works.
I might actually end up having to go to hospital and just no, I go to training and get injured in training, and then use that as an excuse to go to the hospital.
Okay.
I will remind you, we do have access to the nurse's station.
No,
It's
you got
beaten
that.
4.
That's right.
I'm just saying, there's a reason we have it. It's there for a reason.
But using that is a burning that, and we've got someone else that's got pancakes 3. So
Yeah,
I think, and that injury is more.
That's hard fall too.
Oh,
Well, I think Zeke has still pancakes.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
right,
I changed
sure,
it. I
okay.
changed it to hard fall because like I thought you were changing the name to it, but I didn't like reduce the tier or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
So
still the same.
there's other people with injuries. I'll keep my burnt tags and I'll just get myself injured, so to speak, politely.
Okay. You're still beat up pretty badly. Okay, all right.
So go to training, and after training, show the bruises and stuff. Oh, that beat me up, like maybe the broken ribs or the bits and pieces, and like, oh, I need to go to hospital and just and use that as the excuse of going to hospital, not to the fact that we just got beaten, beaten unconscious and etc. And
Let's see if you can turn that around again, the beaten for, into some kind of positive status. We'll see.
But I'm still gonna keep beating.
Hold on it. I mean, your character does not feel pain, and
no,
yeah.
no, he doesn't feel pain, and the more impact, the more strength he gets. But he still has beaten 4, which is a concern. So instead of recovering my bits and pieces and ignoring that, I'm still going to spend my time removing the beaten.
Okay, all right. So what's the rule here?
Recover from your last activity. For each ongoing status effect still affecting you, the MC will tell you if and how it can be reduced during the downtime, and by how many tiers.
All right. So we'll say, I will. I mean, it's only 12 hours, so we're gonna say roughed up 2 then. We'll reduce it by two tiers. Okay, I think that's fair. All right. How about you, Corvus? Corvus coming out unscathed, feeling good.
Corvus always comes out unscathed.
Yeah.
It's his defining trait, apparently. No, so Corvus is going to work the case. So now that we have information that Martha Ellis is definitely connected to all 3 deaths, he is going to more thoroughly research, her. Does she have a Facebook page? Does she have a Wikipedia page? Anything he can find. Are there a bunch of photos of her online from her shows? If so, is there a common person who always shows up to her shows? Literally anything Martha Ellis, he is researching that as if you would a research paper, as opposed to, just going through her music catalog like Chuck did earlier.
Okay. All right. You're trying to research just to see if there's a pattern about people who go to her shows?
Yep, pattern of people who go to her shows, just anything I can get about her life in general, just anything about her I can find is what I'm looking for.
Okay, and sorry I missed it. How are you searching for this information?
Literally just online,
okay,
laptop at home.
Got it. Okay. So you get what, 3 clues?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lay them on me.
All right. So I think the first question is researching Martha Ellis and specifically photographs of her. Mm-hmm. Do I see anyone else who's always in the photographs with her?
Photographs specifically, throughout the years, it seems like her career has her most recent gig is at the Washboard, but she's been in many other clubs in the city. So there's no in all of the pictures that you see, there's no common denominator there.
Okay. Next question I would ask, I suppose, does she ever do well, I know she does private performances. I guess the question would be, does she have openings to book a private performance, aka we can trick her to coming to Science Room M so we can talk to her alone?
Absolutely she does private performances. It's on it's on her social media. You find her page. She absolutely does private performances.
All right. Yeah, so if we need to get her alone, we can. Final question. Now that I know she's worked at other clubs, have there ever been deaths reported at those clubs as well? Or has it only recently started at the Washboard?
Here's what you find. So several years ago, she she's in the twilight of her career, but you see way back when, maybe 20 or so years ago, she was the talk of the city, and she was a very up and coming performer, but her career took a fall at one point, a few years ago. Actually, it wasn't that long ago, when she was giving a performance, one of her best performances, from her own review of herself. She says, "This is one of my best performances. I don't know what went wrong," but suddenly, a number of people, there was an event during one of her performances where multiple people took ill and ambulances were called, and there were rumors after that it had something to do with her. She was making people feel so bad that they were becoming sick, and potentially
a psychosomatic effect of they became so sad their own physical bodies reacted to it in a way that was dangerous.
Yeah, well, that's the rumor. She, of course, has denied it, and her career was sidelined for a while, for actually a number of years, but she's built her way back up, and of course denies that she has anything to do with that. I mean, maybe my music is good, but that was just it was a freak accident, but you do notice it really hurt her career.
Okay. Those were my 3 clues.
Okay. Good questions. All right, Zeke, what are you doing?
I would like to recover from my last activity, which would be falling out of a window at a great height and then immediately flying, which I do not think felt great. So I would like to try to at least reduce the status of hard fall damage or pancaked.
Okay.
And if not, get rid of it.
Okay, so I'll do the same thing I did with Chuck. We'll reduce it by 2 since you only have 12 hours. We can call it bruised 1.
All right.
Let me just put that in here. Okay, and I assume about 12 hours later, after class, you all gather in Science Room M, if I don't hear anything different, and the scene opens. Everybody's standing there pondering the current situation.
I mean, the first thing I do once we're all together is so I think we should probably inform the detective we're working with that we were all, or the 3 of us were kidnapped last night by Bancroft's paramilitary group. That seems like a thing to do.
And they gave us new air conditioning for the room by smashing the windows.
And it sounds like we have a lead.
We do. So I think, yes, calling her first order of business.
Yeah.
Okay. Since Corvus got her card earlier, dials her up. I forget her name out of character, so.
Her name is. It's Detective Das. DAS.
DAS. Okay.
Find her.
Oh, DAS. Okay.
Yeah, Doss, and her partner's name is Quinn.
And yeah.
Well, we haven't really talked to Quinn, so.
Nope. You have not. Well, you've seen Quinn.
We met him when they first showed up to the room, but that's it. Yeah. I call Detective Doss, fully expecting that through the magic of whatever, she just appears outside our door again.
Okay. All right. So, God, I can't find her first name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. As she picks up and she says, "Yeah, Das." You know how they say that cool, like cops do that. Das.
Didn't know you're from New York. Detective Doss, this is Corvus. We have a couple leads to follow up on. I'm not sure if you have time to chat.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've been so busy. You know what? You've called at the perfect time. Turns out Martha Ellis has been attacked. I'm heading down to the washboard right now. You should all meet us there.
Yeah, that sounds important. We'll meet you there.
Okay. She
Hangs up.
Yep.
Yeah, Corvus like, Martha Ellis was just attacked, so our one lead seems to be stuck in the middle of something, so I suggest we go there now.
To the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Zeke, pull the van around.
Shotgun.
Second time ever.
Zeke gives her a high five. And then goes to gear up the van.
Okay, excellent. And I assume you make your way over to the washboard.
Yes.
So we move, yeah. So the scene shifts. It just fades out and moves over to you guys driving up to the washboard, and you see there is a police car. Well, there's a couple of police cars, marked police cars. There's an ambulance. When you pull up, you see that there is a large woman on the largish older woman on the stretcher. Near the back of the ambulance, you recognize right away it's Martha.
Would it be rude to ask for an autograph?
Yes, it would.
Right now it would.
Can we
yeah.
tell how she was attacked? Like, was she just beaten up? Did someone come at her with a knife? Like, how is she attacked? Can we see that from where we are?
You do not know from where you are while you're driving up.
Okay. We'll just ask Detective Doss. They'll probably know.
You can see Doss is there. They're like next to her, and so is Quinn. And then there's a bunch of uniforms just kind of hanging out. They're, I don't know, just making sure that people are not getting into the scene.
So I assume we stop the
Couple
van.
paramedics.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
Wait for Detective Doss to stop. Is she questioning Martha? Like, is she conscious or is she not?
It looks to you like she is talking to Martha right there.
Yeah. I wait for her to finish that. Then
Okay,
call
so
it
you
over.
pull up, you all get out of the van, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're waiting, does anybody else do anything?
Look around the crowd, see if there's anyone
Yeah.
looking suspicious.
Okay.
I go up to someone in the crowd and I'm like, what happened here?
Okay. You do notice somebody kind of standing around, like, the cops are saying, keep moving or whatever, nothing to see here. But that just
Move
makes people
along.
stand around, right?
Yeah.
So if you would like, you can roll investigate.
Yeah,
Or they'll be like, I don't know, I'm a big fan. I'm just kind of curious. But if you roll investigate, they might know something else. I don't know.
Are we both rolling investigate or are we helping each other?
I don't have a help point for you, Chuck.
Oh yeah, I don't have one for you either.
Okay.
There are
Alright,
no
cool.
help points.
Nice.
That's not a real system in this game.
I have a help point for you, Corvus. So one day it's gonna work.
It was the phone
Yeah.
out in the just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah. It's a good group.
Actually, I want to check. I want to check online to see if there's anything posted. So I know that's kind of more lame.
I think you're still better reading people than Chuck.
Mhm.
I think Do should be to the reading people to checking the people
I
on the
thought you were
scene.
talking to somebody though, but you decided not to. You're like, forget it. I would rather.
Well, I mean, I'm
search
looking at
online.
my power tags, and it's like, I would have to roll a flat one.
Okay. All right.
It
Yeah.
would be a flat roll.
Like, forget it. I don't want to talk to this loser.
Chuck it is then.
And as we quickly realize, Corvus might be the only one with social skills here.
I have something for lie detector, which I can, maybe use. Like, I don't know, but.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's going to be looking around? Anybody? Because if not, I'll do it.
I'll look at I'll take a look around, I think.
So we'll have Chuck go talk to someone. Zeke will look around.
Yeah.
And Do will look up online to see if she can find anything about the attack.
Okay, and we'll say once that happens, then Shavi Das, Detective Shavi Das, will have completed her questioning, and then she'll talk to you.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Okay.
Let's do the looking around first before Chuck.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because Chuck's a flat roll. Let's.
All
I'll
right,
put
I
mine
am
last in the
barely
order.
better.
Okay. All right.
I am barely better. I have one tag, I think, that will help me physically look around for things. And that will be my exceptional eyesight tag again. So I guess just a flat roll with my current status.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh,
okay.
13.
Hey, that,
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Oh wait, it
Okay.
should have been a 12 because it should have subtracted with my bruised.
Oh, still 12. That's
Yeah.
still good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You do have a question that you can ask me.
What does the group think I should ask? I don't want to waste the one question I got.
I mean, if we're allowed to give some suggestions, I would ask,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
does anyone in the crowd stick out as, like,
Suspicious.
not really fitting in with the crowd of this area? Or, like, even asking, like, do you see some clue left behind from the attack that the cops didn't notice? Like, clues like that.
So you.
Well, it's not my question, it's Zeke, so Zeke gets to decide what.
Yeah.
No, I think that's
Phrase the question exactly how you want it. The way you phrase it will result in the answer that you get.
Wow, it sounds like a wish spell.
yeah. Was anything left behind from the attack? That doesn't like what? That isn't already like outlined with police tape or whatever.
Yeah. Here's what I'm gonna say. You know, you're like poking around, you know, and you happen to like, you see you see just out of place. There's like police looking around and, kind of checking out the scene. And you notice like one of them picks up something and sort of, takes note of it. It looks to you like a torn piece of clothing, and the officer like bags it and tags it essentially while you're looking around. You see this happen.
Okay. Something.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was worth it. I mean, one clue. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's next? Who wants to go next? It's your call.
D.
Yeah, so what Do wants to do is she does want to go. It's not just like scrolling online. She wants to go through. She's gonna see if there's like, look through Reddit, look through if there's like a Facebook page for the washboard, and see if there's any like, there's trolls everywhere, but is there someone who makes consistently the comments that might be threatening or might be have a common thread when it comes to what's her name, Martha Ellis's performances. So she's looking at like any kind of negative attention that she might have gotten, so we can see like maybe there might be someone who has something against her.
Okay, roll investigate.
So she's using social media influencer and Twitter to your thing.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and just go with that.
Let me see. Yeah,
Investigate.
I don't think any of your hard fall doesn't seem to apply there.
Yeah.
Broke both thumbs. Can't
Broke,
type it
yeah.
more.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hash you. Okay. Investigate. Yeah. Nice.
Oh, there you go. Great success. Okay, 2 questions, and I guess go ahead and phrase it exactly, because like this is the important part of the investigation, I feel. So I'm going to be a little bit more picky on how you phrase the question.
Was there all right, so was there anyone that I found that looks like they could have a vendetta against Martha Ellis?
Here's what I'll give you. Because you phrased your description in the way you did, you don't notice any names, right? But you do notice this comment from a username, from a username. You can't make heads or tails of the username in some of the social media posts on say Martha Ellis's TikTok. She's too old. She doesn't have a TikTok. On her YouTube or MistTube channel, and it's this person that says, danger is around you, be careful, or don't perform, danger is around you, or something like that, or stay safe. You see that there's a person who keeps contacting her, trying to warn her of something.
Okay.
Any username?
The username is, well, you can use a question on that one. If you
No.
want to. Okay.
No, I don't.
Names, first name, last name, exact address. How convenient.
Yeah.
Well, username is.
What are
is
the
different from-
geotags?
Well, I would
yeah.
make one up that would give you some information, right? Like, I don't know what the username is unless you wanted to be, and then I would make it up in a way that would tie to something. You know what I mean? Like, I would.
Mhm,
I even realize how
mhm.
much of this stuff I make up on the spot.
Oh, I know that part.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
do know.
Is it that obvious?
Well,
I love
no,
it. Don't worry.
We've
Okay.
played the game before, yeah.
Oh, I see.
I think, my other the next question, maybe I'll just like talk about it with the team. So I was gonna ask, who is like her biggest fan, or who's in charge of the Martha Ellis fan club, just to
Right now
identify
it's Chuck.
another person we could potentially investigate.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Was
Yeah,
it?
that's what I was
was it-
thinking for the question. I was just talking with
Their
the group
fan club?
first. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm kind of interested in this person that keeps trying to warn her, because they knew something
Mhm.
was up. I mean, that like whoever's like her biggest fan right now might not be related at all. This person absolutely probably is.
Okay. So, so follow-up, Do wants to try to find out who this person is. So she's going to do her thing with trying to figure out who this person is that
I mean,
is
you
leaving
have-
these comments.
You have one question remaining. You can ask me, but like I can't tell. Like just that's like way too broad. Who is this person?
So I guess we'll just go with like. So if we ask what the username is, then it'll be a clue in and of itself.
Yeah, like I have to give you a. So the rule is I have to give you a straight answer or a solid lead. Or I have to give you a straight answer or a solid lead. So it could be
Okay.
like, yeah.
What is the username of this person?
Okay, the username is JN 1993 ME fan.
JN 1993 ME fan.
Yes.
Okay. JN. N as in Nancy.
Oh, yeah. JN.
Okay. JN. Did we come across anyone with those initials? JN.
While you
No.
ponder that, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
who's next?
I think Chuck is going to go talk to someone in the crowd.
Okay.
Yep. Just going to talk to the random people in the crowd, see if anyone saw anything, do an investigation. This is as always, a blank slate.
Okay, so how are you doing this? Describe.
I'm just going straight up to random people
Okay,
and
all
asking
right,
if
do
they
it.
saw anything.
You might you might find the right person. Let's do it. You just walk up.
Yep,
you got
that's-
your football player good looks, I guess, to help you maybe. Anyway. Oh no, actually, you have roughed up too, so you don't look 100% like
Yep.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to take 2 off of that.
Yep.
You're gonna have
And the only tag which might have been applied is been burnt. So
okay.
let's roll -2 on investigation.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, here's what happens. You go up to an old lady, and she is engrossed in the scene, and you're like, "Hey, ma'am," she goes, "Ah!" I'm sorry, Sonny. Look. I'm an old lady here, and you seem like a fine, strapping young man. Could for a nice shiny quarter, would you help me across the street, young man? And before you can answer, you notice that Officer Doss has completed her questioning of Martha Ellis, and the paramedics, are like, okay, we gotta. You can see they're like getting antsy, like, we gotta end this questioning. They like, they seem a bit more concerned for Martha Ellis's health, and they put her into the ambulance. And before you can, do anything else, the ambulance lights on, drives off. And that's, so I'm going to deny something you want. That's the hard move there. So you cannot question Martha Ellis, and you don't know what happened to her, right? Her health might be in question. All right, now finally. Well, wait a second. Who's next?
It was Corvus technically.
Okay, all right.
And
okay,
Corvus
so
was
Doss
waiting for
comes
Detective.
back.
Yeah, Detective
Yeah.
Doss.
All right, so Doss comes up and says, "Oh, okay, good, you came here. I thought we were going to get a chance to talk to her longer, but I don't know. It seems like, well, she was a little bit drunk to begin with, and I don't know, her breathing just got a little bit funny, so they had to take her, to the St. Joe's downtown. It's just a
Good
few
old
blocks
St.
away.
Joe.
Yeah, good old St. Joe. But yeah, so you want to go ahead?
Yes. Talking here, like, kind of pull her away a little bit, because about to talk about people with powers, and I don't think Quinn knows about that anyway. So yeah, so a few things. We managed to figure out, I assume you have as well, that Martha Ellis was connected to all 3 of the deaths that you asked us to investigate. Bancroft, Fox, Walsh, all involved in all of them in some way.
She seems surprised, but she's like, "Wait a minute, what?" She didn't realize that.
So
What?
Fox
How?
obviously worked at the washboard. Clear connection there.
Yeah, got it. But
Walsh
whatever. Yeah.
Contracted her for his son's funeral when he died. She was at the funeral when he passed. For Bancroft.
Yeah, you know what? I think we knew that, but okay. Are you saying that Martha Ellis is a serial killer? No shot. She seems
no.
very yeah. Okay.
No, connected to them, not necessarily.
Okay.
What he did.
All right. Okay. I'm with you. But like, what about Bancroft? I don't understand that at all.
Apparently, Zeke found some tickets for a Martha Ellis concert in Tiffany Bancroft's room.
But okay. You think Martha Ellis snuck into the building and killed the?
No. Once again, we don't know if she's the one actually killing them, but she is connected to all 3 victims, and
I mean, someone might be following her for all we know.
it could be that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I think we might have our serial killer. She like tells you, because we've gotten reports of this this person. While Martha Ellis has been at every scene, there also seems like there's another guy who is threatening her, right? And it's this guy. Like, okay, so like what she is saying right here, she just said before they took her away, was that there's like a she got attacked by a skinhead, basically with a dark hoodie, and tatted up, like really like scary looking person, according to her statement. But
Zeke
maybe
starts like
that's the guy
hiding
we're
his
looking for.
tattoos. Like,
Zeke, you
Well,
clearly have an alibi. Why are you doing
I
that?
also
No
have
problem with
hair.
ink.
So
No problem with ink. This person just it's one of those people like, come on now, you've been in the city a long time. You can tell like who might be up to trouble,
Right.
up to something, right?
Yeah. Besides that, and this is where Corvus turns a bit more into a whisper. I also spoke to Walsh while I was in the ME's, the morgue. He claims, and I don't know if your medical examiner backs this up, that someone reached into his chest and literally crushed his heart.
Wait, what now? Wait, what? You spoke to who?
The dead guy.
I spoke to
Oh,
Adam. Right.
I don't
okay.
know.
dead people.
Yeah, you see like the light go on. Oh, okay. So what do you think we're dealing with here? You think?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I come back from across the road. I think it was the
Oh.
old lady.
Looking around,
Yeah. She said, "Thanks, Sonny. Yeah, here's your quota."
tosses it across the street, I guess.
You forgot your quota.
Would it be possible for us to take a look at one of like the pieces of evidence one of your guys picked up?
Ooh, okay. So since we're doing Corvus, I mean that's a good question, but I think we need a Corvus roll. Unless you haven't rolled anything yet, Zeke. I think you roll anything?
Yeah,
yet?
I did roll.
That's
Okay. Oh,
Zeke's
yeah.
the one who noticed that piece
Right,
of cloth.
Okay. Yes. So I gave you that little lead, solid lead. But now, Corvus, if you want to capitalize on that, that's going to require a roll. Like if you want to do some more investigation, she might have more information for you, particularly related to that. But you're gonna have to roll for that if you'd like to.
Can I suggest a huddle?
Oh yeah, or a huddle. Okay, yeah. You
What
talk
we've
amongst
just-
yourselves. This is. I guess she's. I'm gonna confess something to you, Professor. Here is like, this is the first case I've ever worked on where there's people like us. Possible. I didn't even think about it. Like I haven't been awake all that long. You know what I mean? Awake.
Understand.
So,
Another thing of
like-
note about
Yeah.
Martha Ellis was she had a concert a few years back where a bunch of audience members just randomly during the concert all were stricken with something.
Yeah, I mean,
Hospitals had to come.
well,
Ambulances had to come. So
you
it
can
could
see
be
the gears turning, right? She's like,
Yeah.
oh no. Okay. Joan, I'll get right back to you. Okay.
you
Hold on, I gotta
go
go. Yeah.
process that.
Okay.
I
all right.
huddle. It's like, all right, like
Yeah,
we're all
she
just
clearly
kind of
hasn't considered like this could be some otherworldly stuff. She thought she
Still
was
need
just
to-
tracking a serial killer, or thinks. Well, she doesn't know what she thinks right now.
So what did everyone
So-
pick up? I think the old lady did it.
once again looks across the street. We'll keep that into consideration.
She
Zeke?
blows a kiss your way.
I love her.
You're such a good boy.
And then Karsh stricken with crushed heart. So I mean, I was waiting for the detective. Did any of you figure anything out besides the old lady?
Or see anything?
There was some kind of scrap of clothing that one of the officers just picked up, but
Was it
that
dark?
was all I got. Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Wasn't it? Didn't you describe it as dark? That might have just been the hoodie. I don't know.
It was a dark hoodie, skinhead,
The
tattoos.
piece of cloth,
probably-
though, that Zeke noticed earlier. Did you describe
Oh.
what that looked like?
Oh, you know what? It didn't. It didn't look like a hoodie. It looked
Okay,
something.
I was getting it mixed
It
up.
was white or whatever. It was a lighter color.
Okay,
Okay.
Ooh,
just making
Then,
sure.
no, it did not match.
do?
Okay.
I might have missed it. What did Dawes say about what happened to Martha just now? Like
We
why is
didn't
she
get
in
to
the...
that yet.
Oh, okay.
Chuck wanted to do this huddle. I was going to
See,
get to that as
see
well.
what
Oh,
see what we
okay.
picked up before speaking to the detective.
So combine everything we got. So, okay, so there's a piece of cloth that doesn't match the description of the attacker. Good to know. Dude, did you find anything out?
Yeah, there's someone with the screen name JN1993ME fan, or the Ellis fan, who has left comments on her different social media pages about warning her to, dangers around you, be careful, don't perform, stay safe. So someone was trying to warn her of something. Someone knew harm was coming to her.
Or people around her at the very least. All right, well, that's good information. I don't know if the police can look more into the username to figure out who that is, but that might be something to bring up. So I guess we should probably see if we can get access to that piece of cloth.
Well, the name's right there. Me fan.
No, that's Martha Ellis fan. It's abbreviated.
Hey, sure, it sounds like me fan to me.
Well, then what about the JN at the beginning? That could be the person's name.
Could be where they were born.
Could be. ME could be where they're born and they're a fan of the state. I don't know.
That sounds
Maybe
weird.
it's January. I don't know.
Who knows? Point is, I certainly don't have a way to track people by internet usernames.
January 9th, 1993. Me fan.
Why would
That'd be
N
easy to-
specifically be 9th and not 19?
So it makes more sense. 19 has a T in it.
Moving on past everything that was just said. So I'll see if we can at least look at that piece of cloth to see if we can find anything out. I don't know if that's something we're gonna be able to do, but it's worth a shot.
So they saw the skinhead? Is that what it was? Like someone saw them, or that person was arrested?
I was just told it was a skinhead who attacked her. I'm not sure if someone gave a description. It might have been Martha Ellis herself who gave it. Whether or not anyone else saw it is a different issue. I don't know.
Okay.
So I will see if we can get access to that piece of cloth. Is there anything else that we need?
That woman. The old woman.
Yeah, attacked with what and how and
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
all of
find
that.
out what generally happened.
Yeah.
and
all right.
when. Yeah.
Will do. So Corvus goes back to the detective.
Okay, and she says, "All right, okay. So, what can I do for you? I mean, I was thinking of this theory of yours, and I guess we'll have to look into it. We'll get, I mean, it's really hard for us to do sort of detective work on people like us. You know what? I might get Enkidu on this. She's always willing to help. Anyway, so sorry, you were saying.
So a couple of things. One, was Martha Ellis the only person who saw her attack her? Did anyone else see this person?
Roll investigate.
All right.
This will determine how much of a discussion we can have.
Yep. I'm just trying to think of what tags apply here. I think how to read a person, like how to ask them the right way to get them to go with what I want.
Okay.
Now, are they receptive to me? Like, they hired us as the private detectives. I assume they are receptive to me asking these questions.
Sure.
Then I would say probably like calming presence, since I have just dropped the bombshell that this might be like a mist-based thing. Calming them down, like, hey, focus on what's going on.
I
This
like
is what we
it.
need.
Love it.
Don't
I
try
would also like to give
intonations.
Corvus a help point because I have one.
Oh, there you go. What?
Yeah, she told me about the cloth. Now I know what exactly we're gonna need here. That's the
Okay.
cloth.
3.
I mean, I often use this one, so I'll see if I can use it again. Once again, Corvus is somewhat a handsome guy. People like doing things for handsome people. Just proven fact. I have the tag
Okay.
sharp features, so throw that on there.
Depends
this
if
is
she's into
investigate?
men.
Okay, so got it. Why is there a
No.
weakness tag for a warm and inviting person? Did I have that wrong?
No, the weakness tag is for welcoming smile, which is easily recognized.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna try to invoke something to make it more fun, but let's. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I will
Yeah,
not.
I was easily recognized as the person talking to the detective she's met
Yeah,
before.
doesn't count. Yeah.
no.
Okay.
If the seal
so yeah.
killer's in the audience watching.
All right, so rolling investigate with a power of 4. Great
There you
success.
go. Whoa, you got 4 questions. You're gonna find out a lot. I
Yeah.
assume, but that's gonna depend on your question.
So the first question I would have is, can you give me the exact specific details of the attack on Martha Ellis?
Oh, okay. Yes, I can. Well, I mean, Yeah, well, I mean, we took her statement, right? And she said specifically that a a man, late 20s, early 30s, will say, she said, attacked her, like sort of like grabbed her, and I could see on her face that she had been scratched up. She was definitely attacked, and but before he could do anything else, he fled the scene, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't really clear if somebody came upon them or what, but he did flee the scene, and but she did get hurt from the interaction, so we have that.
Okay. Next question. Did anyone else see the attacker? Or was it just Martha Ellis?
Yeah, I mean, we've had the uniforms going around asking questions, and it seems like at least one other person witnessed it from afar, corroborated that statement. That said, a person with a dark hoodie, couldn't tell the age so much, but appeared to attack Martha, but then, changed his mind and then ran off.
Okay. Next question. So Zeke saw a piece of cloth being picked up by one of the officers.
Yeah.
We would like to take a look at that if we can. Would you allow us to take a look at it?
Sure. Hey, O'Sullivan, come over here. He comes over and says, can you, officer, can you show this detective Castle, this, the item of clothing that we picked up? Oh, sure. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. Okay, O'Sullivan, I'll keep track of the item now. It'll be in my custody. Okay, well, me and the boys are gonna go hit up O'Reilly's after these. You want to? No, that's okay. Go ahead. Oh, okay, all right then.
Right. So that's 3 questions down. So I asked the details of the attack. Were there any other witnesses? The piece of cloth, could we look at it? We now have access to that.
Yep. You can ask me a question about the cloth, and that'll be a clue. Because you can just look at it, right? But I want you to ask me a question about it.
So can I tell what this piece of cloth, like what kind of clothing was attached to? Like, was it a dress? Was it a shirt? Was it a jacket? Like, what does this fabric and feel match to?
It looks like a work shirt. It has the texture of a work shirt.
Okay.
And I'll give you this too. This is free. Well, if you want to spend your last clue on this, I'll give you this. It'll be a pretty decent clue, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Or
whatever.
You can ask your own question.
I'm trying to think, because I got pretty much all the information we were wanting to ask, because the next thing we're going to ask is really a favor, not really an investigate question.
Okay.
So I don't think it applies here. So yeah, if you want to give me whatever this last clue is, I think that would work.
Okay, so what you see is that part of what was, it was ripped off basically, and part of it is a shirt, it's a work shirt, but there's a tag on there too, and the tag says Harrington Welding and Fabrication.
That is a pretty good lead.
Yeah. All right. So that's all my questions for investigate. So I'm like, I got pretty much all I needed from this. I hand it back to her. Besides that,
we succeeded in enough rolls to get that. I was like, okay, well, there's a it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's,
besides that, another thing of note, Bancroft seems to have a private security force at his disposal, I would assume. They kidnapped us last night.
Whoa. Okay, she's like, God, this case keeps getting weirder and weirder. Or wait a minute, what did you do?
Oh, Well, I mean, Zeke and Dew went to his place yesterday. I'm not sure what happened. They didn't give us the details on that one, but when they got back to the science room, a bunch of, paramilitary types kidnapped us.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't think it's no surprise, but Bancroft's definitely a suspect in the death of his wife, right? I mean, that's no surprise. It's just we haven't been able, like my theory, of course, the serial killer, which doesn't make sense. So he would have had to, I mean, maybe he did kill his wife. I don't really know, but it doesn't seem like he was able to kill anybody else or the other two, people who died.
They just told us to stop investigating him in general, so maybe he's involved in some other crime that we don't particularly care about, and they just wanted us to stop entirely. He might be involved in the death of his wife. I don't know that far. I didn't go to his place and do any of that, so I couldn't say. But just to let you know,
I'm
that
sorry,
happened.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. That sounds like a bad night.
Not the worst one. But there is one other thing. We found a username online from someone, JN1993 ME Apparently, they've been going on social media and warning Martha Ellis not to perform, to stay safe. There's danger around her. I don't know if we don't have whatever capability you would need to find a person by their username, but I figure the police might. If that's
Yeah, you know
what?
We'll take that down. So she writes it down. She's like, okay, well, we can get our forensic, our cybernetics. I don't know what the nerds call it. Our computer people on
cybercrime.
Yeah, whatever. Well, I don't know. The eggheads will be on it.
The nerds.
But yes, so that's something else we discovered.
We'll get Skynet on it.
Yeah.
Do they take internships?
Cybercrimes division of the police? I would assume they need people to do work for them. So I would imagine they would. They might do a security background check on you. But,
Yeah, and I just hope you don't have anything, any skeletons, right? No skeletons?
Yeah, well, no skeletons.
Maybe.
Zeke's just skipping right over the fact that there might be a few corpses. There's no skeletons.
No one's arrested us. There's no criminal record.
You can't track anything.
I think this will be a good time for us to, we can end the scene and take a break if you think this is a good time for that.
Yeah, I think the scene, if we want to do it, if you don't mind me narrating a little bit, Corvus turns back and like, I think I found our next stop. And the camera pans back to that piece of the shirt to the Harrington fabrication welding, and it spins around, and we see the scene go to black and start to transition before commercial break.
There you go, perfect. I like it.
With no actual commercials.
Well, I can run commercials if you want.
I don't know how YouTube does it.
Oh no, wait, YouTube. I can't run commercials.
Oh, see?
Damn, I can't. It's weird. Although I'm tempted to start running commercials for Paizo, because why not? But either way, we're going to be back in about 10 minutes. Stick around. Hopefully you enjoyed this. The green screen which we were using previously for the rolling on screen, we're not using at the moment, but it's now turned into just a note board for everybody, which I'm loving. So I'm just seeing other things. I'm just typing my own stuff. I'm seeing other things thrown up as well. So we're taking notes on a big giant green screen. So
I don't see the notes or anything. No.
On the green screen, just the map screen, which is green.
On Roll20.
Roll20.
Yeah, on Roll20.
Yeah, not on our screen.
And we're just using it to write our notes.
Which is great.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So that's happening. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll see you all soon. Enjoy the music from Syrinscape. Let's see. We'll do a live gig again. Welcome to part two of episode 2 of Knights of Payne University, which has also got a prequel, which you can also watch.
Oh, that's good.
Hi, we're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
So much enthusiasm.
Well, I was just wondering if I'm just waiting for you to turn it over to me. And
It's
then,
all yours.
There we
Mistress of
go.
Ceremonies.
As we go back into the action, the scene ended very dramatically. What would you like to? Okay, it's just before the scene opens up. This is up to you. Like, what are you gonna do? I mean, you're just gonna show up blind at some factory or whatever. Go ahead.
I mean, maybe one of us should scope it out first.
I was about to say, I assume we pull that
Scouting.
out front and then have someone who can maybe actually do some scouting go in and do that. Not
Yeah.
sure. I guess, yeah, because first we should probably figure out, is this place still actually in business? Because it could just be like, this is an abandoned factory that someone used to work here, had a shirt from still. Don't know.
It could be an op shop.
And that safe house was in the factory district, wasn't it?
It was.
It was in the industrial, yeah.
I think we need to
House,
scout it out.
the building across the street.
Or the actual building, and we didn't look at the sign above the door as we left. Dun, dun,
It doesn't
dun.
take long for you to determine, between, whatever you're doing, you can immediately find out through the web, the interwebs or whatever that there is a company that appears to be in operation to the best of your knowledge. You even know where it is from looking just up, just a Google search, you can find it right away. Harrington Welding and Fabrication is a real place. It seems to be in business. You don't know much about it. There's not a lot online about it. It's not a very social media friendly company.
It's not a e-commerce kind of company.
Yeah, exactly.
Most welding companies probably aren't. Haven't really done much research into those. I would assume they
Yeah.
don't particularly care.
Don't
Yeah.
have a
But,
Shopify store.
Yeah. All right, so we know the shirt is from here. Assuming that Martha Ellis isn't lying and that a man did attack her, perhaps he was wearing a work shirt underneath his hoodie. This is a piece of it. Could easily be, but we definitely know that at least someone here is related to Martha Ellis in some way. Now we could just go in and start, poking our noses into everyone to see if anyone has a ripped shirt. But I don't think they'll let us just walk the factory floor. So
Yeah, I was going to suggest maybe I can do a quick flyby and see if maybe there's an area where we could essentially sneak in.
that could work.
And I
We
can
don't have
check
the
if
best
there's any
track record of that, but
underground or secret things.
I
yeah,
have a good
if you-
feeling about it this time.
if you two want to see if you can find a way for us to get in quietly, that would certainly work. Though once we're inside, if like the business is up and running right now, then won't really matter if we get in stealthily. As soon as someone sees us, jig's up. So
And I can protect the van.
You do not get to touch the van unless I am around.
Well, I
Well,
mean, we can
then-
have, like we did last time, we can have, I was asking Bancroft questions while Zeke was like sneaking around. So maybe
And how did that go?
two of you can.
I was about to say, Chuck, how did that
I
go
didn't
last
sneak.
time?
I wasn't stealthy inside it. I found an entrance on the outside stealthily. I didn't get detected on the outside. That's what I was suggesting I would do this time.
All right.
I didn't say anything about sneaking around inside. Chuck.
But you do plan on sneaking around inside of here.
Eventually, I mean,
So
not
you're going to
here. I mean, I was going.
So you're going to find an entrance to the building that we could sneak in through. And then
Yes.
us three, me, Chuck, and you, will sneak around while Do distracts whoever with some conversation about a business.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just Are we planning to do the sneak first? And we want to like case the place and then maybe come back and talk to people?
I mean, the other option is we just wait out here and see who leaves the building and see if we notice someone with a ripped shirt.
Or
Have
walking out
you
the building for
gotten
Woody.
into the- okay,
Boring.
okay, sorry. I just want to figure out where you were. So you've gotten into the van. You've driven to this factory, and is that correct?
We're parked like nearby the factory.
Okay. All right. So the camera opens, or the scene opens with I guess looking through the windshield of the van. You've kind of pulled over. You can see you all sitting there talking to each other rather enjoyably. And you're not close enough to the factory for anybody to notice while you're having this conversation.
So, right. So I guess do those coterminously. We'll have Do walk in and speak, and Zeke scout the place. Let us know when you find something, and then me and Chuck can meet you over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not keen on trying to enter a place alone again.
I mean, third option here. I mean, to
I
be
bust
fair,
down the doors.
Zeke, you're not wearing your security guard uniform. You could go in asking about a job.
Yeah, that would be better than me going in. I don't think I can. I don't
mean,
know what
yeah.
to talk to them about.
So
Yeah,
fourth
I'm willing to
option,
try that.
fourth option, I just bust down the doors.
Very last option in the list. If we have like A through Z, plan Z is bust down the doors.
Gotcha.
So right. Truth be told, I think the best option is just to have either me or Zeke go in asking about a job. Probably not me, considering I'm dressed up, and he's wearing his tweed jacket, a button-up shirt, and like slacks and dress shoes. Like, I'm not exactly dressed for someone who would work here. Probably not the best.
Yeah, I probably fit the bill more.
You do.
I mean, I
notice
can
that
use-
there's- you do notice while you're talking. There's just the building seems to be a little bit of buzz. There's workers. There's a person with a hard hat and a lunchbox walking by your van. There's one or two people leaving and coming in. There's it just seems to have a lot of activity at this time.
What time is it around? Like evening?
I imagine it was like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Also,
mid-afternoon.
do you actually build things? You might also have a very good shot of just going in and pretending to know what you're doing and pretending to actually need the job here.
Might
So,
be a
yeah.
technician.
Or even not pretending and just being able to know what you're doing.
That's true. You could just go
Yeah.
in and clock in
I
for a
mean,
day's
like,
work.
I could be like, hey, I'm trying to put together a prototype. Can you all help me with something?
Yep.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, I'm actually thinking, Chuck, I don't think we're going to be much help here, but I am curious to go back to that safe house we were in, see if there's anything there. Is that something you want to do?
I think this is more pressing.
That's fair.
Remember, like the how they came back from the skyscraper. Let's not leave them alone.
That's excellent point.
I mean, the
in
fall's
that case-
less, but there's a lot more welding equipment, I'm sure, in there.
I
You
got
can hear
Little
there's a lot of
shops.
noise coming. It's loud. There's soft, machinery. You can hear it. It's faint there, but you imagine inside it's loud.
here. Corvus. Okay, I actually have a tag that I've never really used before. I've never found much of a use for it.
Okay.
Which would be basic security gear, and I imagine that would include like a walkie-talkie type deal.
Okay.
Can I give Corvus one of them while I fly and look around? I can keep
You
in
want to give
touch?
him the basic here? Wait. That's a power tag, right? It's not like a
It's not a story tag or
story
anything.
tag.
Right, it's
I mean,
a power tag.
If you want to, you can change the game.
I also just
All
have
right.
a cell phone.
Can I just point out that if you've got a radio, a security radio, and the van is a security van, it would also have a security radio Would it not?
Yeah, it would have a. If the campus uses a radio system to communicate between security officers, and the officers also have walkie-talkies, then yes, by definition, most likely, the van would have like a radio piece with a speaker like coming out of it that we could use, and Zeke could just get us on their walkie-talkie.
Or
Sorry.
you can just use your phone.
Yeah, or just text us, call us. We have cell phones.
Phones
Yeah.
work. I don't know whether you have radios. I mean, see, it stands to reason, of course. If you're
Like,
keeping-
I have so many, like, I think I have like 2 tags that I've never used just because they're so generic when I was like answering the questions.
Yeah, no,
Because like I
that's fine.
couldn't come up with anything else. It's like one of the questions is like literally what do you do in your routine? It's like security guard, but I have no idea how to like implement that as a tag.
Sometimes that happens.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't always use the things that you think you're going to use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll just scrap that idea then. If I need help, I'll try to call.
But if you use that idea, it's great. It just means keys.
Nope.
Well, try.
Well, I mean, you could still use it, and that's a part of your like you're applying for a security position job. You know, if you look the part, maybe it's more convincing or something. I don't know.
I'm just gonna try to take a look real quick. I'm not gonna try to go
All right.
in.
Well,
yet.
Zeke, you do a quick fly around, see if you spot an entrance we can use that maybe won't be noticed. If you are comfortable going inside by yourself after what happened last time, go in, pretend to get whatever you need, supplies. I don't know what your con on this thing is going to be, but if you can get a tour around the factory, see if you can spot someone who's missing pieces of shirt, whatever. I think that's probably our best bet.
Okay.
And then me and Chuck here will be on standby, either needed to get out of here safely, or if you all get attacked by a bunch of welders, I guess bust in the doors.
The code word will be Albatross.
Albatross.
Yeah. It'll work it into the conversation smoothly.
So naturally.
Yeah.
All right.
Then.
All right. Could I do an investigate to see if I can like fly by and fly over it?
Are you looking for like a secret door or something like that?
Yeah, I'm looking for an
Or a
entrance that wouldn't
Entrance?
gather a lot of attention.
Roll change the game, because you could give yourself, you could like part of again how you play this game sometimes is you can create the story. So you could make you could create a story tag or something that said, side entrance. I would imagine.
Rooftop access.
Access, yeah. I mean,
And it's
you
not
get
just
to-
an entrance I'm looking for. I'm looking for an entrance that won't garner a lot of attention because like we could find just entrances, period.
that's asking a lot. So we'll see.
Well, I was thinking like if it's not going to get a lot of like attention, then I might be able to apply my security guard tag. Like I would know areas that probably have like a guard patrolling them occasionally, maybe.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Are you trying to not be noticed while you're flying around?
Yeah.
Okay, so there could be a string of rolls here. I mean,
Okay.
why don't you try? Well, I'm gonna say for right now you're gonna be obscured by the mist. Like there'll be people thinking, oh, it might be a bird or something like that. So you don't have to sneak around just yet.
It's a bird. No, it's a plane.
I mean, that is one of the theories that people think Mothman sightings are.
Yeah.
Not Superman.
So right now I'm doing investigate, correct?
Or change
Or
the
am I
game
doing
to
sneak around?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
change the game?
Yeah. I think change the game is gonna serve your interests probably better.
Okay.
But you do want, yes, because I don't, like investigate. You're gonna ask me, is there any good entrances? I'm gonna say no, or I'm gonna, It's a factory. Like you're gonna have to like make it such the factory as maybe there's a special way you can find in.
All right. If I'm literally just looking for an entrance in this role, I'm not trying to do like any analytics and you said I didn't have to sneak around. I don't think.
No.
Difficult to detect. I don't think that applies. So I'm just using my wing manifestation and my eyesight then.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Change
the game.
Change the game.
Wild success.
All right, there you go. Okay, so you can create a story tag. You can burn a power tag or story tag, or give or reduce a status.
All right, I guess I would like to create a story tag of like a side entrance, back entrance, something like that.
Okay. Got it.
I don't think there's really anything to like give a status to.
So on this side entrance, by the way, you've noticed that people go, like it's a not very heavily trodden entrance, but every once in a while somebody goes in and out of it. It's the place to go in if you want to go in at as unnoticed as possible, but because you only got a mild success, this is going to be a temporary tag, so you're going to have to move quickly to get in the side entrance, essentially. So that's why I sort of narrated that there's people that come in every once in a while. Okay, but you still have one juice.
I have no idea what I want to do with an extra juice.
You still have a physical status affecting you, right? You're still hurt a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm still bruised.
I was about to say you could say you pop something back into place you didn't realize was out of it, because if you crashed with your wings,
that would
stretch
be really
your wings
bad.
afterward.
So, I like it. Yeah. Does that sound good to you?
Also, with you bringing that up, then my roll should have been at 7, because for some reason it didn't apply the status tag for a minus.
I mean, if
Still
it's a 7,
success.
Oh, I see. You only get one. Okay, all right, yeah, okay. So then all you get is the one story tag.
Okay, it was a good
There you
idea.
go.
I just wanted to be honest.
Oh, that's good. No, that's good.
fair.
Good. I appreciate that. All right. Well, good. Well, I mean that was a successful turn. Okay. So who next takes action?
Thank you.
I would just probably fly back and let Corvus know that there is an entrance.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, so Do walks up to the factory and sees, looking for the entrance. That might be more like the administrative entrance, or where there's the main office.
There's just one main entrance that's very obvious. You don't need a roll for that. You can either go in that door, or you can, for the next little while, you can try to use the side entrance.
Yeah, she's just gonna go to the main entrance and try to look for who's in charge, or who she can talk to. They can try to get a tour of the factory.
Okay. So you go in just the front door?
Yeah, just go in the front door.
Okay, and once you open the door, you realize it's incredibly loud.
Mm-hmm.
This is clearly a not a very well. It's not designed for visitors, generally speaking. They do work here. You can see sparks flying in the back. Like, it's one huge room. And like there's a counter space that you walk into, and there's somebody standing behind the counter. Say it's a another guy with a hard hat. He's looking at his clipboard. Seems like might be you don't know if they're management, something like that, but just a person there. And a ton of activity going on behind there. There is across there's a bathroom area, and there's the side door that no one is using at this moment.
Okay. So she goes up to the man in the with the clipboard and says, hi. Yeah, I'm here for my tour, my appointment.
Okay, so the person looks at you. He says, "Yeah, I'm the foreman around here. The name's Miles McFarland, and I don't remember any tour. We don't usually do that." And he is going to take, as an automatic status, suspicious 3.
Sus 3. So Do is she's going to tell him, oh well, I'm working on a prototype, and I was told that I should come here at this time, and you would help me get a tour, and I'd rather just have it be here in the city, and not export it out to China or some other place. But maybe, I don't know, maybe this is something that you don't do.
Who did you talk to again? Sorry. So he kind of leans over. He's, he doesn't really believe you. You could tell, but
Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to think.
Very busy around here. I can't imagine there would be time for a what? Export? There's a union shop here, lady. What are you talking about? This is
just a tour of the plant. It's just a tour. It was supposed to be a tour of the plant, and we could see if you can help me fabricate this prototype I have.
You have prototype aluminum siding?
Is that what you all make here?
Oh yeah, we make the best kind, but there's not a whole lot of innovation that goes into it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I feel like you might be in the wrong place.
Are you sure? Well, this contact came from someone named Bancroft. Does that ring a bell?
Okay, why don't you roll? Why don't you roll? Seems like a change the game possibility here.
Okay. And the sus is the suspicion is the
Yes. Yeah, I mean you're gonna have to. I don't know how you're gonna overcome that.
Well, let's hope the algorithm lets me know. But
suspicious 3, and let's see. Do you have any other statuses that apply? No, right?
No, I don't have any other that apply.
I mean, you look a little beat up, but so does everybody else here. So that might actually give you credibility.
So I think what she'll want to do is, let's just make this a flat roll then.
Okay.
Convince? Oh, -3, yeah, convince.
Well, it's going to be either
sorry, it was change the game. Sorry, change the game.
It matters not.
Huh?
Well,
I didn't.
How don't you re-roll it?
Yeah, change the game.
We'll just give you another shot at that.
Shoot.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so
every roll I have is a miss. Every one of them.
So we have not done good.
Holy crap.
So the mentioning of Bancroft, you've clearly said the wrong name. Like, Bancroft, he wants to lay off the entire shop just to save a. I knew you were talking about exports. You know what? You can tell Bancroft that he is not going to somehow bring his scabs in here and cost these hard workers their jobs. You need to get out of here right now. And I'm going to give you well, how about we just say you can either just leave, right, and not come back, or you'll have to take identified, we'll say 2, because you'll be remembered by this person and maybe anybody else that's kind of related to this operation. But if you leave now, you know that you're going to get out clean without a status, but you won't be able to come back, like immediately.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
character,
like a make choice.
Dang, out of character. Hell yeah, these guys.
Collision and Bancroft's the trigger.
One of the hard moves you could do is called make a hard choice, and that's where I give you 2 choices.
Mm-hmm. So identify 2. What does that? It would.
I would
affect
say
like any kind of convince or investigative kind of role.
Unless you didn't mind them knowing who you were, but it would make it hard to lie about who you are. It would just be very, like your approach of being deceptive about who you are would be hampered, by 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna peace out. So I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. I thought. My mistake. I must have the wrong factory. Yeah, no problem. I agree.
Well, Bancroft owns a lot of factories.
Pro union, right here.
That's what is very nice. Shows you his made in
union tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Figured out, United Aluminum Siding Local 1735. Workers, we're glad you're with us. Don't be hanging around weasels like Bancroft.
Yeah, you're totally right. I didn't know he was. I was hoping that I could use his connections to try to build something locally, but I'll take your advice and just not associate with him, and I'm just gonna go and find the right place.
He seems satisfied with your explanation.
And I leave, and I go
but
back to the van.
I don't want to see you around here anymore. You know what I mean? Like, all right.
I know.
Okay, all right there.
No problem.
Okay, well, who's next?
Here's a stupid thought, or not stupid, but interesting one. I have Detective Doss's card, right?
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
Now I'm assuming this. I assume it does not say a gender on the card.
No.
Figured as much.
Detective Doss, female detective.
Yeah.
I figured I would ask just to be on the 100% safe side. So Corvus is like, I guess Dew comes back and explains was not able to gain access.
Yeah, they did make aluminum siding there. That's all I got to find out. But they're big union folks. So, Zeke, I think the original idea of you going in and talk to them was probably better. Yeah, I can't go back in there.
We can still try it. Good news is I found a side entrance that isn't used very much, but I think like every now and then someone probably sneaks through to go on a smoke break.
But if they're like welding, if they're making aluminum siding, then and I mentioned Bancroft, and they had such a adverse reaction to that. I can't step back into that factory.
They're not the only ones in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So a thought I had, we have the detective's card here. There was evidence at the scene that someone from the factory was at the scene of the crime. Could just pretend to be the detective. Has to just look around.
I mean,
if they're big union people, they might know.
Probably stick together.
The police union,
You got a warrant?
You don't necessarily need the warrant if they give you permission.
Yeah, but it's also like, why would you give cops permission,
It depends. If they're not hiding anything, they might not think about it.
I will say that if there was, I wouldn't like that, but, plus they're already kind of like mad, aren't they?
No, they're not. I didn't give them a status. They seemed satisfied by the explanation.
Oh, okay. They were.
Yeah, that was the
So
choice.
they're not
Either
sus
take a status-
anymore.
Well,
Oh, okay. I
well,
thought you took the status.
Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna be suspicious 3 of anybody coming in. I mean you could show up and, maybe lower that somehow. But
Okay.
By smashing the
that's
building.
gonna be up to you.
All right. Well, how about this, Zeke, Chuck? If you want to sneak in, see if that works. If that works, then we don't have to worry about it. If that doesn't work, then I think we go with pretend to be police plan.
Isn't that a
Alright.
crime?
So's a lot of things we've done. Let's not ask too many questions about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost
That's
everything.
the least.
Yeah.
of what our team has done.
All right. Yeah. I'll go try to sneak in, I guess.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the story tag cop card.
I will add that on my thing.
Based on your narration. Okay.
If you need to get like an ID, like I can possibly arrange that to match.
I don't. I think the card will be sufficient if need be. But let's see what Zeke happens with Zeke first before worrying about that.
Okay. Zeke, the code word is albatross.
Why
Or
don't I
just
try to go
scream.
in? That I'm good at. I'm good at being very loud. All right. So yeah, I will try to sneak in through the entrance that I saw.
Okay, through the side door. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's people. There's people going in and out of the front door. I assume you sort of make your way as subtly as you can, in the most blue collar looking way that you can over to the side entrance and.
Yeah, I
Once
imagine
it's
it wouldn't be that hard. Like Zeke literally is like, just regular guy. If anything, I
Yeah.
imagine he's gonna try to pass himself off as just a security guard who works here.
Yeah.
If he gets caught.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be sneak around if you want to get in the door, and this will be the one time you can use your temporary story tag.
All right. I'm going to use my difficult for modern devices to detect as well. I don't know if they have security cameras here. It wouldn't seem like a place a lot of people would want to break into.
Aluminum siding can actually be quite expensive depending on the materials they have.
Yeah,
So we
aluminum.
I'll give it to you.
And also,
Aluminium.
I think this is like I said, if I'm literally just going to pass myself off as a security guard who just happens to work here instead of at the university, probably my security guard tags would actually work.
I think so.
All right. So that is 3 tags, and then there's the story tag. Do I add that as like a plus?
When you so that I'm able to know when you add your tags, generally, will you just read the tag to me so I can hear the word?
I am using my difficult for modern devices to detect and my security guard tag and basic security gear.
Okay. All right. Good. That works.
And do I do anything with the story tag or?
Yes. Add 1 for that too. So you have a +4. It sounds like.
Yes.
Okay. And let's see. Anything to subtract from it? No, bruised doesn't hurt you. Let's see. Let me see if there's anything I can do. Nah, that's okay. Anything else
Alright.
seems to be just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it. Okay, so you
Knock
have
on wood,
made
but
your
I'm
way
kicking
in.
butt.
Yep. Okay. So, okay. So you made your way in. Somebody like walks by. You doesn't notice. Goes over to the door. You can see someone's out there smoking now. But you are in the factory. It is loud in here. And again, you see there's sparks flying everywhere. There's just people walking by.
I imagine Zeke was used to loud back in his day when he was
Yeah.
rocking out.
Yep. Oh yeah. So I'm going to also add the story tag loud.
All right.
factory loud.
Should I just get rid of the story tag now that I've used it?
Yes.
You said it was temporary.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Someone's out there smoking now, and who it's not going to be available to you, that side entrance, anytime soon anymore. You've made it through the window though. So would you like to do anything else real quick before we circle back to the front of the bill or back to the van?
No, I am inside. I think I'm just.
Okay, you're just gonna. You sort of see the. I mean, you're in. Nobody.
Oh, I want to use my like walkie-talkie because I have the security gear tag. And let them know like, yeah, I'm taking a look around.
Okay.
Right. Response on the talkie like, yeah, look for anyone who maybe has the torn shirt.
Yeah.
Or fits the description of the attacker.
Yeah, I.
But you're yelling that.
Well, I'm not yelling it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Zeke might be yelling it, but I'm certainly not.
I mean, I imagine if like even if Zeke just like presses to talk and then you just hear like the machinery whirring, it's like, oh yeah, he's inside. But yeah,
sound of things.
Well, sound of like machinery. But yeah, I'm gonna try to act like I'm just doing my job. While also trying to look for the guy, I think.
Okay.
Either someone with a torn uniform or someone who fits the description exceptionally well. Because I imagine there's like quite a few guys that will fit the description.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, you are looking around. You're taking time to like, see if anybody. You can see if I tell you like right now immediately you don't see anybody who stands out. You don't see anybody who's with the exact torn part of the shirt, where the tag is at. You see lots of people who might be, might fit the description. There's at least a few, I mean, so there's nothing that is obvious right there. Okay, so who has not rolled? I should keep track of this better, but I know Chuck hasn't rolled.
I'm
yet.
good staying in the background waiting.
Okay, all right.
I'm just waiting in preparation.
Corvus's idea was only if Zeke didn't succeed, and if Zeke succeeded, no reason to go in and do this.
All right then, let us go back. Okay, I was just checking in. All right, it's back on you.
All right. I would like to. You said like I didn't like see anything visually when I was looking around. Like that would
there's a lot of activity. People are walking by. Nobody's noticed you.
I think I'd like to try to take a closer look at things. Just because like I do have part of my mythos tag is exceptional eyesight, or my mythos theme.
It's extremely difficult. Like one reason why you might not know exactly what you're doing here is all you've got is the name of a business. So you're gonna have to narrow this down a little bit.
Yeah.
So we know that the person has a hoodie, has tattoos, bald head.
I have two tags that might help actually. I have my exceptional eyesight tag, and I literally have a tag that I don't think I've ever used before, is keeps track of who's who. So I think if he if he really has that like description in mind, he might actually find someone.
Also, you have security guard. Like security guards sometimes have to find people who may have done.
Yeah,
something.
that's very true actually. I'm just so used to not using that tag for like anything. This is the first time. Yeah, I think with my +3, it's probably.
Okay, roll investigate.
All right.
He knew that the security guard is the best criminal for
Yes. Okay, you have 3 questions. You can do 3 questions. Spend your clues 1 for 1 to ask me a question about the subject of your investigation. Do it.
All right. I don't want to waste these questions. I know like some of them are going to be obvious, but what do you guys think I should ask?
I mean, first question I would ask is once again kind of the obvious. Like, do you see anyone who is missing the part of the shirt that was torn off?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the first question.
I was also thinking, like, do I sense like any rift stuff here, like rift activity, in general? Like,
It's also a good
for all we know,
question.
this might be a cover for some rifts. We don't know.
Those are both excellent questions.
The worst rifts of all, union rifts.
The rifts have unionized.
Yeah.
I mean, there
What
might
does that mean? I
Organized.
don't know.
I mean, this might be like for people who have rifts like Hephaestus, the one god that like forges stuff. I don't know.
Can't beat enterprise bargaining.
With the mist itself.
Yeah. All right.
Mist, we need you to do this.
My first question is going to be, do I see anyone that fits either the description or who fits the description, really? Because we're looking for possibly 2 people.
All right. So I'm going to
Who
tell you
fits the
that-
description exceptionally well, I should clarify.
Yeah. So you take time to look around, and you know what? I'm going to say there's a very small number of people that fit the description. There's one person who's working on a circular saw, bzzz, like, you know, you can see just pushing metal through. You know, he's got a lot of tattoos. You know, doesn't have a hoodie on, of course. I mean, it's, you know,
Yeah.
you would not expect that. Like, you see everybody, you know, in a work shirt, and then you see one. Hey, nice.
Nice.
You like notice you thought about it, and the person who went out and smoked also kind of fits the description as well. He's still out there having a smoke break, but other than that, like, no one really fits it to a T except for these 2.
Okay. And then my second question, because I think it's a good one, do I sense like any rift energy from either of them? I would say, just because we're starting to get the picture that this is definitely rift.
That's a good question. You know, you don't get any immediate sensation that they have any sort of rift energy, but you know.
Okay.
You know, you can't necessarily, you know, you don't always know people are rifts just right off the bat unless you do something, you know, unless you have like a specific way to like search for that specifically. And I didn't necessarily hear that from your description, but you know, the answer is generally no.
It was just general feeling.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got one question left.
Once again, if you're allowing people to help you, do you see anything on either the persons you passed that would link them to the scene of the crime? Does someone have mud on their boots who shouldn't have mud on their boots because they were in a factory all day? Does someone like have something that might indicate they were there? Yeah, just something that ties
Does it look
them
like does it look like their uniform is very new because they just got it?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, is there anything that stands out? Such that it looks like you do notice that both of them seem to have fully intact like shirts. You know, they didn't look like they've been torn or anything.
No, I can't ask if they look well used or not. The shirts.
You're out of questions.
Yeah.
I was going to say all uniforms with J or N as their name.
If you would, okay, so here's what I'll do. If you would like to continue to investigate, it's going to take one more sneak around roll, and then you can do an investigate roll. Or someone else can do something. It's your choice.
I've been doing so good with rolls tonight, but I feel like the time like I push it, I'm going to lose it.
You can burn a tag for a hit if you want to.
Yeah.
Brooke had a good suggestion on the chat.
Oh, what's that?
On what chat?
Or a name tag with J and N.
Oh yeah, Chuck just said that.
That's what I said. Yeah, but of course afterwards.
I didn't hear it.
That's all good.
We're also out of questions, so if we're going to continue this needs to happen anyway.
I think, yeah, I'll burn a tag for it. Okay. I think if I burn one tag for each roll, that'll help a lot.
Yeah. You'll get 3 more questions.
Okay.
But you'll
So you said I had to do a sneak around.
Yep. So that'll be a success. You know, you're still looking around, so you can. Well, okay. What tag are you gonna burn?
I think difficult for modern devices. I've used that a lot for sneaking around.
All right. That seems good. I accept it. Burn it.
Burned.
Everyone falls for it. You continue to walk around unnoticed with your, wrong security uniform. People are too busy.
It's dark.
They don't notice that it's not the right exact security uniform that they're used to seeing, and
they're all wearing the welding helmets and stuff.
Yeah.
They can't see.
You look like a blue collar dude. You seem just like one of them. You just don't stand out. You're doing swell now.
Now I think I will burn my exceptional eyesight tag because I used that both times to look around to really try to investigate. Also, I think it kind of fits thematically because one of Zeke's theme weaknesses is bright light weakens. So like, there's probably a lot of bursts of like sparks as bright light. So, all right, let's burn it.
Okay. Oh wait, what are you burning?
Oh, that didn't work.
I don't think you can burn a weakness tag if that's what you were doing.
No, I was trying to burn my exceptional eyesight tag.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Do it. Okay. So you have 3 clues.
Yeah. For some reason that did not burn it. But anyway. Okay. 3 clues.
Click the burn thing.
Yeah. I want to look for like the name tag on the uniform.
Okay.
See if it fits.
You remember now that you're thinking back, you saw both of those 2 people's, tags. It just has their first name and like it's etched on there, and none of them was, neither of those people has any initial that's J or N. So you don't think it's them. You don't think that it's those 2.
Okay.
You saved yourself time there, though. 2 more questions.
Oh man, if I got 2 more. Man, this is tough because like 3 questions is nothing to scoff at, but like it's also not a lot.
And 6 just seems maybe too much.
Yeah.
But it's still never going to be enough.
Well, you had to know this was going to be tough because you didn't really have any information, but you're doing really well. You're sort of narrowing things down. Because there's something here. There's something here.
Yeah. Okay, so like there's all like people at work and stuff. Like I'm assuming like everyone kind of has like their own like little area to work, like where everyone usually is. They probably move around a lot, but still like there's probably designated areas where people usually are. Do I notice like if any are like empty, like it looks like someone should be there and they aren't?
It's a factory.
Yeah,
so that I wouldn't say there's designated areas, so I'm not gonna charge you a question on that one. I will say there's just not there's not designated areas. You still have 2 questions though. You're on the right track.
Okay.
Clock in, clock out.
Yeah. Can I check that and see if I can get any clue or like inkling from odd check-ins and check-outs or
for the clock in?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you make your way over to the time card stack, and a quick look over, you can see who's in the shop and who's not in the shop just based on where the cards are, and you do notice that that there's one car that seems to have clocked out, presumably for lunch based on the time, that hasn't clocked back in, but it's not back in the original like holder. It's on the lunch, lunch area. So there's like a lunch, there's like sleeves for lunch, and then there's the there in the shop, and then there's the not
Out
on
for
the
the
And-
day.
yeah.
What
and there's
is
one
the
just
name
left, and
of
it's later
that?
in the day. It's too late for lunch, right? So there's you see one there.
Yeah. Can I get the name?
This is your last question.
Yes.
It's John Nowak.
We got a name.
Nowak.
All right.
I did good.
Yeah. Thank you. I am going to take my leave. I think I
All
got
right,
a
there
good
you
solid
go.
lead. I was not detected. I am satisfied.
Okay, good. You did it. I was weird. Yeah. Okay. Nice job. Okay. So you reconvene in the van, and what do you do?
I tell them, I think we got a name. Someone checked out around like for lunch and didn't check back in, and the name is John Nowak.
Matches the JN.
Yes, it does.
While you were in there, did you see anyone's name tag? Did anyone match that name?
Or if they
Just-
clocked out, they haven't clocked back in.
Yeah, just the John Nowak. I tried to look for someone who matched the description. Honestly, everyone there kind of matched the description.
So we arrest them all?
No. I think it's just a coincidence, and we didn't have much to go off of. So I think maybe we look for this John guy, because he hasn't come back to work yet.
All right. How do we go about finding him?
Go to the hospitals, and didn't they say that she injured the attacker?
No, she was injured. She had scratches on her face. There was no note that she injured the attacker.
Could you find anything about him online? Like, does he have any internet presence? I mean, these guys don't seem like they would, but...
Possibly, or Corvus could go in and pretend to be Detective Dawes, and now that you have a name, you can, ask for him.
Or you could just pass it on to the detective.
Unless they're going to alert him that someone's looking for him.
No, there's a lot of things that could go wrong there. Trying to think here. Yeah, I could definitely do the detective one. So whether or not that would turn anything up, he might just say he's out to lunch and doesn't know where he is. And I doubt they'll just give me his address. I mean, I don't have a good solution for this one, unfortunately.
I think Do should just I think online search is a good idea.
While you were in the van there, Zeke's phone rings. It's you can see on the caller ID. It's coming from the police department. It's Detective
I
Dawes
instantly
calling.
pick up as soon as I see
Zeke.
the police.
How's the investigation going?
I think we got the name of someone. We got a name.
We found me fam.
Oh yeah. Well, I was about to tell you. You know what? I'm starting to think this is not a serial killer. We just ran the phone records from the Bancroft house, just like around the time of death. It looks like somebody called from the Bancroft penthouse over to this butcher shop, actually, not too far from where you are in the industrial zone, and that puts Bancroft himself at the scene of the crime around the time of the murder. I don't know why he was going to call a butcher shop, but I actually think this is probably not a serial killer. I think that they're probably not related to these cases.
Have you been bought out?
I'm sorry to waste your time, but I think Bancroft is our guy for at least one of them. Maybe this skinhead person is related to the other cases. I don't know, but I mean, it's sort of weird, but yeah, I mean, I think I think we're
Yeah.
gonna close the book on this Bancroft case. I think.
Are you under duress?
Bring him in.
At least for Bancroft. I mean that might be open and shut, but we think we might have found someone who the guy who was trying to warn Miss Ellis about an impending attack.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, and we're gonna
What's the
try
name you
to.
got there?
John Nowak.
Nowak, huh? All right. All right.
He works at he works at the factory.
Nowak, huh? Okay. Well, okay.
Can you run his name, see if he can give us an address or something?
Or if he has any, previous record, I guess.
Or interactions?
Somebody roll investigate. Well, I guess Zeke is the one doing the talking, so.
All right. I am going to invoke my keep track of who's who tag because I am literally doing that.
Okay.
And I think that might be all I got, honestly.
Okay.
Does my bruised status wouldn't apply to this, would it?
No, I don't think so.
I'm literally just talking, so.
Yeah. I don't think so.
All right.
Great
Yes!
success.
Oh, you did it. All right. Okay. So, you okay? So you can hear her typing on the computer. Oh, Nowak. Yeah, it looks like he's got a pretty clean record. He seems we don't have a permanent address for him. He was picked up on battery charges, a couple of years back. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it looks like he pled out, didn't do any time, but I don't know.
I mean, it's something.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna have to get going. I think we're gonna have to bring
Can you
Bancroft
ask what the
in
name
to-
of the butcher shop was?
Oh yeah. I only have the one tag.
Yeah.
one.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. I'll text the address to the butcher
All
shop.
right.
Have you got it? Can you text us a photo of who this John Nowak? If he was arrested before, we might have a photo on file, and that way we can, if we do see him, we can actually talk to him. So I think we know where he works. We just don't know who he is.
If you can send us whatever address you have on file in a picture, that'd be great.
Well, he doesn't have an
we don't
address, but
have-
just a picture.
Like I said, we don't have an address unless you want to roll and investigate. We might, I might dig something up. But I got to get going. I'll send you the stuff later, I guess. All right, bye.
Worth a
Alright.
try.
Yeah.
So, anyone else find it a bit odd that as soon as we somehow link all three murders, suddenly Bancroft doesn't have an alibi? Anyone else
Yeah, I'm
find that a bit
starting to
weird?
think.
I think she was under duress.
I think someone is trying to cover their tracks very cleverly.
I think
Maybe
the goons
Someone
were.
threatened Bancroft to. I don't know. It is very fishy.
I think the goons were there. And she was under duress, and she had to say those things to shut us down.
I mean, she helped us too much to be under duress, I think.
Just saying.
We have learned in the past that the police can be under duress from either other policemen or, in this case, maybe the private security. Who the hell knows? Or from the murderer. Don't know. That's something we can't really know at the moment. I think the best thing we can do is see if we can get the address for this butcher shop and go there. Because while a call was made, she didn't say that Mr. Bancroft made the call. She just said a call was made. So it could be the wife called to the butcher shop before she died.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe she
So
was
we
having
could-
an affair with a butcher?
Maybe. We'll find out, I suppose. So we should definitely go to the butcher shop next. As for John, we need to figure out who this guy is. So I'd say do. I mean, social media seems like our only outlet at this point. The police don't have anything, or at least can't give us anything useful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do rich people even eat meat?
I would assume some do.
Yeah, they all got like $50 steaks and stuff.
What for a single steak? $50.
Well, depends on the steak quality. Yes, there are $50 steaks.
It means meat. Like it's just all the same, isn't it?
No.
Well, no, then you're getting. There's a whole art of butchery. Let's not get into it. If you're that interested, the butcher might be able to tell you more.
Never had a $50 steak before.
So your phone buzzes and you can see an address to a place that's it's also in the industrial zone. It's called 24-Hour Butchers.
I doubt this place is serving $50 steaks.
Are you sure? It's 24 hours. Wouldn't that be the best?
I think it's very weird that a butcher shop is open 24 hours a day, but hey, you know what?
You know.
Weirder.
Maybe
All right,
it's,
well,
maybe
back.
it's a front for like a mob boss, like the pawn shop.
could be. Maybe it's hiding something. Regardless, I guess we head over there.
Okay. So it's not a long drive. You know, it's just a few blocks to the 24-hour butcher shop. Again, this is still the industrial zone. It's dirty, run down. The sun is setting at this, you know, around now. So it's, you know, it's a little bit in the twilight. It's dusky. You pull up to the, you know, you see the neon sign flashing, the 2024, and the O is not lit up in the hour butcher shop, and it's a fancy name. It has SHOPPE, you know, so it's not your ordinary butcher shop. It's kind of a cut above.
It's French.
It's
Yeah,
the
and you
butcher
see,
shoppy.
like, shoppy, yeah. There's a dim light coming from inside, and you know, it looks like, I mean, there's a sign on the door that says open 24 hours after all.
I was about to say, no, it's closed right now. Turns out not a 24/7 butcher shop. But, yeah, I mean, Corvus gets out and goes inside.
Okay, all right. So, what you see, when you go into this butcher shop, it's not the cleanest place in the world. There's no line. There's really nobody there, except for behind the counter is. You presume it's the butcher, right? It's hard to believe he deals with anything in a cleanly way. He's sort of covered his face and his, I mean, you can see his arms. He's got an apron on. It's bloody, but his face and his arms are covered with oozing scabs. And you know, his bloodstained apron is plastic, and he has in his hand an unusually large meat cleaver. You of course you just reassure yourself that this is normal for a butcher, and although you can't help but wonder what he's been doing with that knife.
Hmm.
By the way,
you know.
I go in with Corvus in this.
Something long pig. Moving on.
Welcome to the butcher shop, to the 24-hour butchers. What can I get you? What can I get you? I was just doing a little, meat cutting back there.
Do you
Can
mean
I-
butchering?
Oh, yes, that's what we call it in the business.
Can I,
Drooling
it
a little
seems-
bit of blood.
seems kind of obvious. All right.
Are
never
you
mind.
all in the butcher shop? Or is it just, who's in the butcher shop right now?
Corvus certainly is. Chuck certainly is. I don't know about the other two.
No, dude's out
Yeah.
in the van.
Okay.
You missed
Yeah, I trust-
the pustulant
I trust
sores
you to
on
watch
the
the
arms.
band.
Yeah.
I'll go with.
Okay, so there's like four of you in the, whoa.
Three.
Is there a it seems like what can I do for you?
Two things. One, how much is your brisket per pound?
Oh, we got the best brisket. Yeah, go. It's you know, he has to look it up. It's free. Well, yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. It's a pay what you what you want type business here.
Right. Moving on.
See, like his eye starts bugging a little bit.
All right. Besides that, we also came because we have been contracted by the police to investigate a series of crimes. Out of character, what night was the Bancroft murder? How long ago was it? Like 3 days ago, 4 days ago?
It was the day before you started the investigation. So a few days ago. We'll call it Wednesday. Before.
Or we'll just say Wednesday and keep it clear.
We'll say last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday.
I like how the system works, right?
Last Wednesday. Did you receive a call from someone named Bancroft?
He sort of eyes you. He's like, I thought you were here for the brisket.
I said I'm here for two things. Brisket's one of them.
He seems to be upset now, a little bit. You've made him slightly angry. He's not
No
gonna
one
take a
likes
status
brisket.
yet, but he's not. He doesn't. He's not really. You can roll investigate though if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Since this is me investigating by talking to him, the things I want to do are how to read a person. Which, to be fair, this might not be a human anymore. This is some deep one hybrid at this point, from what it sounds
Might
like.
be a homunculus, yeah.
I'm just getting a Men in Black vibe here.
Yeah, sugar water and all that. Calming presence, like he's visibly upset.
That's a good
calm
one.
him down.
Yeah, that'll work.
Like, I am offering to buy what I'm clearly is probably not good meat. I would say wants to make others happy here is a good tag. Like,
That's a good one. Yeah, that's perfect.
I would question if it's meat at this point.
Listen, the point is to get him off the idea
What
of,
species?
listen, I'm not actually going to eat it. It doesn't matter. And then finally, despite how gross all this is, able to stay focused on the task at hand. Like, despite how clearly no one should ever be in this shop, it should be shut down by the health department already. I'm able to focus on, like, I don't care about that. I'm not here for that. I am here to figure out what happened.
Okay.
All right, so investigate.
Yeah, yes. Let's roll investigate. There you go. You have 4 clues. Okay.
4 questions. So the first question I have is, the call you received last Wednesday from the Bancrofts, was it Mr. Bancroft who called you or Mrs. Bancroft?
I got, not many people call here, so I remember it was a. Yeah, I didn't know where it came from, but it was a machine voice. I couldn't sound human.
You probably get that a lot.
I mean, I sound very human, but this did not sound human.
So, okay. Next question. What did the voice say?
You see, he stopped there. He's like, you were asking a lot of questions, but I'll tell you, since you rolled good.
I'm glad your meta awareness will get over your suspicion of me.
It was somebody asked me as they called because they needed me to pick up some meat, for my butcher shop.
Okay, yes. I understand that. Clear. Okay, so metal voice on the phone asked to pick up some meat.
I mean, I delivered the meat to them. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant to say. A little drool comes out. He's starting to look at you like,
right.
All of you look very young and delicious. I mean, young and... Sorry, what were you saying again?
Moving on past all that. All right, so I got 2 more questions here to ask actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Can't wait till we finally defeat him.
Yeah. Did you go to actually pick up the meat? Or deliver the meat, or whatever you want to say you did?
And his answer is, yes, I did, and now it is time for me to pick you up. I know that was cheesy, but that's all I could come up with. And he changed.
Well, I also have one more question.
Oh, well, sorry about that. I mean, go ahead, ask another question.
Before you
Oh,
get
no
murdered.
worries. What's the best way to murder you?
Oh, well, I've always been, I get a little hungry from time to time. Let me see. Let me give you a fair answer here on this one.
If you want a serious question here, assuming this guy is some horrible cannibal monster like most of us can assume he is, the actual question would be,
yes.
what is this person's weakness? This is not me actually asking him that question like in character. Based on what I'm observing of him, what would be this person's weakness?
Yeah. No, that's how I
Gluttony?
interpreted your question. Okay, so here's what I will tell you. Like, one thing that would be very difficult is if he's able to call for his gravedigger assistance. If you can avoid that, that will be a less of a fight that is about to happen right now, because he goes, boom, he like hulks out, and you could see, like, his flesh just, like, it's fake, like it's sort of greenish to begin with, and you sort of are unsurprised when his nails start to grow longer, and his whole body gets bigger, his teeth, they get sharper, and like, ever so, like, there's one thing that you're like, you're sort of, you almost notice something like very, very strange, like his face turns like, well, his eyes start to glow, and his face becomes, I guess, more, it like shifts into a different picture. Like he becomes a different person. Like his face now looks like somebody else. But it's too late for you to do anything at this point, because you kept questioning him despite his hulking out. He now decides to take his cleaver, and his arm is way longer than you realized, and he tries to hit you with the cleaver and give you /3.
Is this weapon
you can
magical?
roll to face danger. Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah, but you can roll to face danger here.
Yeah, sure.
This is no ordinary.
Face. So let me reset this. So, despite him hulking out, I once again think able to stay focused on the task at hand. Like, oh, someone's swinging a cleaver at me. It doesn't matter if he's a hulking monster now.
Yeah.
So I'd say that. I would say can't die, never was alive. So it's like, okay, someone attempts to behead me with a cleaver. I can't die. Who cares?
Okay. All right. I'll give you that one.
And then finally, does anything else really apply? No, because once again, since this is magical, my immune to non-magical weapons won't apply here. Yeah, there is actually one. Aura of Death. Basically, so when he's swinging at me, my aura pops up and it tries to, like, essentially rot the cleaver to the point of it, like, disintegrating in his hand as he swings it at me. So me avoiding it is...
time.
Yeah. All right, and you said face danger?
Yes, face danger. He misses. Right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. And you duck in time or whatever, like it slows it down. Okay, so you spring into action. But what are you doing outside at this moment before we go through the initiative order? Some people, I've heard that. I don't know. It sounds dumb to me. You do
Karsh,
anything?
do you want to say something?
That you need to go in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we do
It's
need to
almost
wrap
9
this up.
where I'm at, so just to
Oh,
wrap
okay.
it up.
All right. Well, I mean, we can just stop it right there, and then we'll do geek out before the credits, and this will be a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Okay,
Great.
got it. Perfect.
All right, and let me put that. So now...
Ollie, I loved your acting for this monster.
Yeah,
by the way.
it was nice.
The clip out button doesn't work because it's set up for Twitch, not YouTube.
You can always go back through the video and, like, put it
I
into
know,
some
takes
kind of video. Yeah.
But it was good. Who's first?
Okay, yeah. So let's do right to left, bottom to top. Okay, Zeke. So, tell us. You can choose one of the following. You can answer the question: how has the crew grown? Which character had the most interaction or most meaningful interaction with your character? Or which of your themes led to the most strain?
I don't think any of my themes were under strain, shockingly. Usually my security guard one is under theme because I don't get to use it that often.
Yeah.
This time it really, really helped. So I think I'm going to go with how has the crew grown this session, which is we were all working like our own separate like agendas at the beginning of the session. Not like our agendas, but we were working our own like separate parts of the case, and we all came together at the end of it. Like we were all pretty much literally together, which I think was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you can recover a burnt power tag or mark attention to a crew theme. So I guess we're gonna mark attention.
You have no burnt
Yeah.
power tag, so I guess
All right,
mark attention.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. What about you, Corvus?
So I think for him, he's actually going to do which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session. So kind of in the background of his thoughts, he has seen do a lot of this kind of unraveling a little bit as this has gone on.
Yeah.
So I think a help point for Do is like Corvus like, so we might need to actually like do something with Do to make this a little bit less traumatic if we can. It seems Do is unraveling a little bit, and that's not good.
All right. Okay. So you're gonna get a help point. Is that
Help
it?
point would do.
Okay. All right, Chuck.
I'm kind of annoyed because I was thinking the same thing, that we're actually all working to our strengths as a team.
Yeah.
That was, and I was annoyed that Polter, you went straight to them. Like,
Sorry.
that's
You can
exactly
do
what
the
I was
same thing.
thinking.
I mean, I'll let you do it twice.
Yeah, but that was
you want
exactly what I was thinking. We all focus on what we can do, and then starting to actually focus on those
I think
areas,
it
and then
worked
come
really
back.
well, yeah.
So that was my
All right,
thought.
so you do okay, do another attention then. That'll be 2 attentions. All right, and finally, Do.
Yeah, so Do is really impressed with how Zeke, I mean, mechanically, Zeke burned a lot of power tags, but kind of how it shows up is that what I would see is that when he came back, he was, describing everything that he did and what he kind of had to sacrifice to do it, and it was to help help to understand this mystery that we're trying to solve. So she was really impressed with that, and really is inspired by his courage and his strength. So
Aw.
that's a help point for Zeke.
Thank you.
All right. That's nice. All right, and that'll end our session for today. And I'm going to give it back to Karsh.
And thanks for coming in, everybody. We did have a follow on our Twitch channel, but
All right.
but yes, thank you for coming in. Tomorrow we have A Guard's Tale. We also have City of Mists, and we also have Circus of the Broken Chain, all on our Twitch channel. That's coming starting tomorrow, and then each day, etc., from essentially the same time as we run this. We're also working on a crossover, or I'm working on a crossover as well, for 2 of those games. That's going to be down the track, but that's apparently now going to be starting to happen, which I'm scared to death of. But it's, by the way, it's also going to be based in City of Mist, at least using the rule set,
You're
because
going to use the system, right? Yeah.
I'm
so
going to
can
use
make
the
my character
system.
and City of Mist characters.
Yep.
I'm going to do that.
So that's going to be interesting, and bringing other players into the system to get an idea of how this works. But thank you everyone coming in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the bits and pieces. It very much appreciated, and we'll see you on Twitch tomorrow. Wait, we haven't done our normal outros of who we are. I keep on forgetting that. Polter.
Hi, I'm Polter Zeitz. You can see my art on Twitter, and occasionally I stream on Twitch. I do not call myself a streamer because of that. So yeah, go ahead and follow me.
Red.
Oh yeah, I'm Wolf of Red Roses. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Wolf of Red Roses. I'm streaming a bit more often now. Polly joined us last night for a little bit of Jackbox.
It was fun.
Unfortunately, joined us at the very tail end. I think you got to see maybe one game we were playing, but still. So yeah, I'll probably be streaming throughout the week. Give me a follow on there, and you can see what I'm doing.
D.
Yeah, I'm Journeys with D on Twitter and TikTok. And yeah, I just post about my life and things that I enjoy and going through. So you can find me on there.
Okay, sorry about the audience reaction for your
Nah, that's right.
Polly people.
That's for me. Hey, it's me. I'm Polly. I guess I am a streamer. I mean, who knew, right? Like it's what I do now. So yeah, follow me on twitch.tv/polypeople. That's Polly People. I do mostly just chatting politics, and sometime in the future, hot tub streaming. That's all.
Got to get the hot tub first.
That's right. Well, that's true. That's true. That's important.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Syrinscape. They're bringing out more and more cyberpunk audio, which is pretty much what I've been playing for the most part all this session. Just going through the cyberpunk audios. And when you said the circular saw, I had a button just for that. And I knew I was just like, yes, perfect time. But thank you, everyone. We'll go to our credits, and thank you. We'll see you all on our Twitch channel. So.
Bye.
Bye.